EmKay, one question haunts and hurts.
Too much to mention.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to Top Oz Fandom Podcast, Down the Yellow Brick Pod, in our 7th season. Too much to mention because we are still at it. I'm Tara.
And I'm EmKay, and we are your royal custodians meets Connie and Carla of Oz, preserving and peeling back the curtain on the wonderful world located somewhere over the rainbow and its perseverance in culture.
Join us tossing open our textbooks and grimoires as we fall down fresh new rabbit holes this season.
You may find us hanging out with Elphaba's granddaughter in Gregory Maguire's Another Day series.
Or taking a detour, second star to the right and straight on to morning.
Or chasing Judy Garland-size rainbows.
Or perhaps providing our L. Frank to be exact, analysis of Wicked for Good. Don't be offended.
In addition, we will also be conducting interviews with Ozian delights in our Slipperhood, Good Witch, and Masters Behind the Curtain series. Stay tuned for a magical lineup of guests.
The Wizard of Oz has been with us, like so many of you, since our earliest of memories. And now in adulthood, it's gotten us through some frightening times. And friends, we have such faith that it will continue to do so.
Off the pod, please say hi to us on Instagram and TikTok, and consider joining our Patreon Pod Squad if you haven't already. Exclusive content and community events and bonus giveaways, oh my! We live to spoil our Patreon fam, and they are the first to receive all official Down the YBP updates, including discounts to live shows, merch, and our annual retreat. Sign up today with a free week trial at any tier. Your support makes the pod's dreams that we dared to dream really do come true.
Now, may the world of Oz continue to be a bewitching escape in bewildering years, nostalgic and nuanced, and keep on changing us for good. To Oz, EmKay.
To Oz. I was just going to talk us through really quick where this springs from, because there's the play and then there's actually a couple different iterations.
Yes.
Including one starring Elizabeth Taylor. So, as we mentioned, it's based on a French play or French title, The Bluebird, I can't say it, L'Oiseau Bleu, 1908 play by Belgian playwright and poet Maurice Maeterlinck. He's Belgian.
I think it was done for the first time, though, in Russia. At the Konstantin Stanislavski's Moscow Art Theater.
Yeah.
And then it did transfer to Broadway in 1910.
That's wild.
And Shirley notes in her book, it's one of the I was trying to Google this to just verify this was true. And it kept thinking I was asking for I was saying The Bluebird was the longest running Broadway musical. I was like, no.
You're like, no.
Apparently in length, it was one of the longest shows to ever exist on Broadway. It was 5 hours. Not that long.
Okay,
but
they said
long.
Harry Potter and Cursed Child Part 1 and 2 put them together.
Oh yeah, it was probably close to 4 hours is what I'm guessing, if not
4
more.
hours? That's long. I think the longest I've done is 3.
It's a play in 6 acts, it says.
That's too many. That's like when we've been to the Met Opera. That's that can be 3 or 4 hours. But you get the little intermissions. Yes, Moscow Art Theater, Broadway 1910, translated into English. 1911, Maeterlinck was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. French composer Albert Wolff wrote an opera, first performed at the Met in 1919. There's a novelization. There's also a sequel titled The Betrothal or The Bluebird Chooses. That was not made into a film. And in the play story, the opening scene, the 2 children are describing their beautiful decorations and rich desserts that they see in the house of a wealthy family nearby. Barry Loon is there. She says it's wrong for the rich not to share their cake.
Right away,
right in the dream, right?
End. There's no prologue. There's nothing.
There's no dad's going to war.
Copied from Wizard of Oz. And the transition of having farm hands to magical characters, pets. to magical
To
characters.
Technicolor.
Yes,
Exactly.
but they won't say it that they stole.
They won't say it. They'll never say it. Barry Loon says it's wrong for the rich not to share their cakes with Telltale and Me Tell. Um, I did it right. She's giving me a thumbs up. It's enough
It's like
that
beautiful.
and the boy corrects her. It is enough that he gets to watch others' happiness. Their joy does not create envy in him. This theme is emphasized again when the children meet the luxuries. So this is
They're so
similar, the
excellent in
luxury
the
of being
film, right?
rich, the
Like,
luxuries.
whoa,
I
whoa,
love
boy, they're
them.
so good. They're
I love
excellent.
them. Telltale turns the diamond. This is a very quick
There's a
overview.
there's
There's
a
a diamond.
diamond that I think
Okay.
Barry Loon gives the children that like helps. It's almost like a compass of some
Mm.
kind, and
Okay.
it illuminates things. And I think with the luxuries, it illuminates how ugly they are on the inside.
They're like the Thénardiers.
That they're luxuries. Yeah, they totally are. They're the Thenardiers with money.
With money.
They're the fantasy versions of the Thenardiers.
Yes. Yes. Where it's like you're
Yes.
actually evil. You're really evil. The hall is bathed with the dazzling brightness. The luxuries run wildly in search of a dark corner where they may hide their ugliness from the ethereal light. At the end of the play, Telltale shows what he has learned about happiness. So it's more so about Telltale. Telltale, the
Yeah,
brother,
I
is
think
like
yeah,
more
they
of the
completely
lead.
changed that. Or they're
Okay.
just more on equal footing, I think, and
Sure.
they're both very similar in personalities. There's no real differentiation. Like
Okay.
Telltale's
Yeah.
very sweet. He's
Yeah.
like the sweet little
He's
brother
very
who's like,
little
"Oh, me
brother.
tell." He's
Little
very
brother.
sweet and
Yeah.
like always kind of like, "I don't want to do that." Like he's more scared than she
Oh
is of
yeah, when
certain
he's like really
things.
scared, it's really sad.
When he buries his face and cries like
Oh,
in her, oh my
no.
God.
He's little.
He's
He's
really
really
cute.
young. Yeah. That's why Shirley's mom was like, "Ah,
Shirley's mom was like, "You are
watch
a
him.
threat."
You're a threat. You're
I do
6."
have I have
Oh my
a
God.
1970s edition, 1976 picture book adaptation of The Bluebird
No
that is
way. That's
really
cool.
cool.
Oh,
By Brian Wildsmith, adapted by him. Um, it is
that
so cool.
sounds
The art is really
interesting.
cool, and I really have a feeling that Brian Wildsmith did see the film, and there's like little nods, I think, to the Shirley Temple
Really.
film and some of the
That's fun.
illustrations, but it really condenses the play, operetta, ballet, because this is like the story that would be more inspired in the ballet and operetta. It really captures those elements of the story more so than
Cool.
the film elements of the story. It's really beautiful. The illustrations are
Fascinating.
incredible. I'll
Fascinating.
share it on the Instagram for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm always here for that. Yeah, at the end, Telltale shows what he learned about happiness. He looks out the window at the forest. It's so beautiful. The inside of the house looks lovelier to him than it did before. He creates great happiness for another by giving his pet bird, which seems much bluer than before, to a sick child. So kind of ends in a similar
You're
way.
right. I guess Shirley did take a role from a man.
Get it,
She said mine.
Shirley! She said,
Also,
I'll be the lead now.
I think Wee Willie Winky, which was another movie she did like right before this. It was supposed to be a little boy, but they gave it to her.
Shirley said, I'm the star. So yes, there's other films. There's a 1910 silent film. There's a
Very
1980.
Oz.
You know we love a silent film.
That's also a connection. I wrote that down as like an Oz link. It had a
Yeah,
silent film before it had the big
the
golden
like
age.
actual
Yeah.
Bluebird 1918 silent film. Then there's the 1940 film directed by Walter Lang. I don't know if we've said our director yet.
We
And
didn't.
then
You said it.
there's a 1970 Soviet animated film. Another Oz connection. Let's animate this. And then this one's my favorite, the 1976 joint Soviet American production directed by George Cukor. I gotta
You
just
love
like tell
George
you
Cukor.
real quick about that.
Well, that's really
Um,
cool. He's also an Oz connection too, because he's the
mhm.
silent director of The Wizard of Oz. Director
Yeah.
number 2, 3, when because we think like
Okay.
was it Norman? Who's the Norman? There's a Norman at the beginning that just never happened. I think
That
I'm
sounds
correct.
right.
This is
That
really
sounds
trying
right.
to dig up
I
my
know this is
memory.
like
Then
going back.
Richard Thorpe uh is the one that did get to direct for like a handful of days, like close to 2 weeks.
Oh,
And
Norman Torog.
that's it. Norman Torag, thank you. He was the first one who was supposed to be
Yeah.
assigned to it. Then
Yeah.
Richard Thorpe gets it, and then they don't like the rushes, and they fire
Yeah.
him. And then George Cukor is that in between
George Cukor.
director. He is the one to wipe out Lolita Dorothy, as they nicknamed the blonde Dorothy.
Lolita.
Yeah, and get Judy
Hmm.
back to
That's
the
a
ordinary,
crazy
wholesome girl.
connection. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's already a
God.
connection.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't know
crazy.
anything about this 70. You said 76?
I think we need to watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to.
1976.
That's the year of this book
It's
coming out, the picture book, which is interesting because
that's
it really
kind of
hasn't been.
cool.
The Bluebird is not like something you see often
Right.
now.
No.
I'm really bummed. I went upstairs yesterday to see if I could find it. We did have a fairy tale anthology that was new. And we get a lot of at Books of Wonder, we get a lot of fairy tale anthologies that are like modernized versions of fairy tales. And this was one that had the Bluebird in it. I was like shocked to see it. And I wanted to see if we still had it on our shelves. I want to say it was probably a part of the Usborne fairy tale anthologies, like
Hmm.
the fearless tales for fearless girls. Like they have like cute names like that. And it's like
Aw,
some of them they like
I love
tweak
that.
the stories to amp up the girl power or whatever. They like mess with gender. They like do little things like that. And the Bluebird was
Hmm.
in one of these, but I can't figure out which one. We didn't have it on our shelf when I went up to go look. But I was like, I've not seen anyone touch the Bluebird since like the 70s. Like no one
Yeah.
ever brings this
Can you
up. It's
imagine?
like
What
a
if they're
dead
like,
story.
we're doing it with Ariana Grande.
Oh my gosh, as light.
Let's do it as light.
She'd be light.
She'd be so good. She'd be iconic. Cynthia as the cat.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So yeah, I want to watch this. It's famous as one of the few cinematic co-productions between the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War.
What? Okay.
It seems like it's all very similar as far as plot. There's the magic diamond that allows them to call
The
forth the
diamond, yeah.
souls.
Cut for the film.
They're accompanied by human personifications of a dog, a cat, water, sugar, bread, milk, and fire.
So, yes, and from what I remember, this might come up in my own research just naturally, but in case it doesn't, Maurice Maeterlinck, when he was consulted for the Shirley Temple film, he was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really upset that you cut milk
That
and
you
bread
cut milk. How dare you cut
because they were
milk?
characters. It was honestly like they had this entourage of
Like,
inanimate
yeah,
objects.
more. Okay.
They had way
He's
more.
like,
And the dog and the
y'all,
cat weren't even
milk is
named.
a big deal.
Yeah, he was really bummed.
He was so, they said we have a budget. I'm sorry.
They were like, Shirley needs to be the star.
But
This takes away. Thank you.
this takes away. Well, Elizabeth Taylor was the star of this one. She is the queen of light slash mother slash witch slash maternal love.
It's a lot of slashes, huh?
Jane Fonda is night. Ava Gardner is luxury. Cicely Tyson is Tylette. You guys, we need to watch this.
We need to watch
This
this.
is crazy. And there's many, many more, but I mean, though I had to shout out those actors.
This is like the Alice in Wonderland, like 80s
Yeah.
dramatization. Like it's so that.
Mm-hmm. Says
Okay.
Katharine Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine initially were assigned to star, but they dropped out. David Bowie was approached to star, but he turned it down. And it was like really intense shooting conditions because they were shot on location in Moscow and Leningrad. And the non-Russian cast found it difficult to cope with the weather and the food. James Coco, cast as Tylo, could digest only bread and butter and suffered a gallbladder attack and had to be replaced. Elizabeth Taylor dealt with dysentery.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Communication between the English and Russian speaking crews was difficult. George Cukor learned sign language in order to make himself understood.
I'm
Jane
always
Fonda
like, we
was
need a
grim when
universal
she...
sign language.
We need a universal sign
Yeah,
language
it just
for
makes
moments like
sense.
this.
Yeah.
Jane Fonda was grim when she arrived, but soon relaxed. Cecily Tyson, whom was accused of trying to jinx the production by casting voodoo spells.
That sounds
That sounds
whack.
racist.
Yeah, that sounds
Not a fan of that, but it's on the
sus.
Wikipedia, so we should maybe
That
check
sounds
that
capital
out.
S, capital
That
U, capital S, capital
sounds
S.
very sus. Sounds like you're blaming. You're trying to cast off the blame. Yeah, I don't think it was very well reviewed, but I mean, fascinating that this
This happened.
exists, that this happened.
I think it
Um,
still has fond memories, like in
okay,
European Russian culture. I'll bring that up in a second after you're finished because
okay.
I did find something where I was like, okay, people still like remember this, but it's very
Huh.
niche,
Yeah. There was
obviously.
a film in 2011. called Bluebird. It was presented at the 2011 Cannes Festival.
Animation?
It says it's a Belgian drama film. No, I think it's full on film. And it's about, yeah,
We didn't get a
same
translation
plot.
of it.
Same plot.
Interesting, but we didn't get a translation, I guess.
Right, right.
Okay.
Wild. Um, and then yeah, there's more. There's fine art. There's a television Japanese animated series in 1980. There's the play, as you mentioned. There's an opera in 1919. There's a
So we're
video
starting a
game.
Bluebird
There's a
podcast.
we're starting a Bluebird
Yeah, we'll go
podcast.
through all of this.
And there are two Dutch schools, the Meetel schools and the Telltale schools, named after Meetel and Telltale. They're for children with a physical disability and for children with both the physical and mental disability, respectively.
Named after the characters?
Yeah,
That's kind of
that's
wild.
pretty cool.
We need a
And then
Dorothy Gale Institute.
where's the Dorothy Gale Institute?
Yeah.
Last little fun fact, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Maurice Maeterlinck's greatest contemporary success, The Bluebird. His play was selected as the main motif of a high-value collector's coin, the Belgian 50 euro Maurice Maeterlinck commemorative coin minted in 2008.
That's really cool. But also, Maurice did have some troubles in his life. I think he was accused of plagiarism for something later on that was like he didn't
Really?
plagiarize.
Oh,
Yeah, I was on his
shoot.
Wikipedia. He's an
Oh, no.
interesting character.
Mater Maurice.
But this Bluebird was his crowning achievement, and he's still known for it to this day. But there's a whole section, I believe, on his Wikipedia in the 1920s called plagiarism, and
Oh,
it's
no, a whole
pretty
section.
incriminating. Like I'm pretty sure he did yeah, there was other allegations too that came up, so it wasn't even just a single allegation. His life is interesting. So that's the only like big stain though that I think I caught just from that.
Mm.
But just to share, I found this The Ritual of Reading. It's a blog and a podcast, I want to say, a reading room podcast. Yeah, it's like a site, and they have an article on the magic of Maurice Maeterlinck's The Bluebird, and it just is a part of the Belgian Advent calendar as like something to do. Like it's really sweet. And
Wait, that's
it
cute.
starts with, do you remember what it felt like to believe in magic? Not the kind you have to work for or earn, but the kind that simply existed, shimmering at the edges of things, waiting to be noticed. Tonight is Christmas Eve, and tonight we arrive at the story I've been saving all along, the one that feels less like an ending and more like a beginning, the one that takes place on this very night. It is Christmas Eve in the play, and it's supposed to be in the film as well. In a world where children dream and fairies whisper, and the search for happiness becomes the most profound journey of all. So she closes a whole Belgian Advent calendar documentation that she's been doing, like I guess through this blog with The Bluebird, a play that captured the imagination of the entire world that earned its author, we didn't say this, the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1911. That's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm.
And that
That's
continues
big.
more than a century later to ask us the essential question, where is happiness? And
Mm-hmm.
it is very Oz in this way of like there's this exterior search, but the realization of this thing being something that you find within yourself, you find right in front of you, right within you. Same kind of message, to be honest, just a different way of going about it. She talks about Maeterlinck being a poet, a mystic, a playwright. His work shimmered with symbolism. He wrote in French, but remained deeply rooted in the Flemish soul, that particular blend of pragmatism and dreaminess, of earthiness and transcendence. And she talks a little bit about the history. We will link this article as well, so you could read a little bit more about just the impact of this and how it's remembered by people who did grow up with it more in their culture. Oh, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
kingdom of the future she talks about. Unborn children wait to descend to earth, some carrying gifts of invention and healing, others bringing destruction. It is both hopeful and haunting, a reminder that the future is not yet written, but we shape what is to come. That's a cool interpretation.
Love
Glad we
that.
said that out loud. Talks about the graveyard. Those we love live on in us if we choose to keep them alive. Yeah.
Don't make
So
me
that's
cry.
really, really interesting. So that, yeah, thank you for bringing up more of just like the bluebird of it all. Shall we start
I
with
am
Shirley? Like,
glad. Yeah, let's go into Shirley. I was just
yeah,
gonna
let's
say,
talk
like,
about Shirley. I mean,
since I didn't grow up with this film, I didn't know how big a deal it was. And as we're talking about it, I'm like, okay,
Bluebird
cool.
is
I'm
big. There's a
learning.
lot.
Yeah,
It's just not really been in our lifetime a hugely popular thing, but it
right.
was once.
It was
Um,
once upon a time.
I'm actually going
Yeah, tell
to
us about Shirley.
read one of her obituaries because I do find obituaries to really
Mm,
honor people's lives. And
Yeah.
I did read at one point in my life Child Star, which is her autobiography that was written in 1988, I believe. That
Cool.
really was like one of the first like celebrity autobiographies to really like blow up. And she's really honest. Like it's a really, really excellent little paperback. I still have that. So I'm going to refer to that in a bit too. But here's just like a general Shirley Temple outline because her life is wild. She's like a cat. She's like Tylette. She lived 9 lives. Remembering Shirley Temple
She
Black,
is.
Hollywood superstar and public servant, Shirley Temple Black, former child actor, singer, dancer, ambassador, and chief of protocol of the United States. It says she died at 85 from natural causes. She died in California. She was born in 1928, though Fox would say 1929. Enrolled in dance
Mm-hmm.
classes by her mother at the age of 3, and that's when her mother even started developing her iconic little curls. The little girl would go on to star in a series of short films entitled Baby Burlesques. That honestly can get its own season from us. The Baby Burlesques are insane. There was abuse on the set
Wow.
of that she does document in her book. Like they used to make the kids sit in like really uncomfortable temperatures. I don't remember fully everything other than like the sets were just dangerous for like young children to be on. And they're also kids being sexualized. Like that was part
I don't
of
like
what the
that.
baby burlesques were. They were doing like adult storylines in diapers, essentially. And Shirley was really good at it. Like Shirley was really good at like being the harlot and like it's wild. And she's like 2. She's so little.
Not a fan of that.
But this made her like this put her like in Hollywood's eye because what these little films did, they would open. They were like the little films before you would see the main picture back in the day.
Hmm.
By age 6, she'd be a Hollywood superstar, a welcome distraction for the American public from the bleak days of the Great Depression. Her first big break came with the 1934 film Stand Up and Cheer, that is the classic red polka dot dress. She's actor James Dunn's daughter. By the year's end, she'd be headlining her first film, Bright Eyes, which included one of her trademark songs on the Good Ship Lollipop. Before her 7th birthday in 1935, she would be the recipient of a juvenile Oscar. Her
Woo!
and Judy Garland both have juvenile Oscars,
They're
another
the
little connection,
ones.
and
Mm-hmm.
have her hand and footprints enshrined in Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, just like Judy
I
Garland as
love
well.
that.
By age 21, she'd starred in over 40 features, and she retired from the screen at age 21. Her hands say, "Love to you all, Shirley Temple." It says March 14th, 35. Oh my God.
Oh, love to you all.
She found a second career in diplomacy, one that would last longer than her tenure in Hollywood. She did unsuccessfully run for Congress in a 1967 California
Oh,
special
damn.
election.
That's wild.
She was a Republican, just to state that. Different
It
Republican
meant
Party,
something
but
different.
it did mean something different for
But
sure.
yeah,
But
we
she
do
was like
understand.
close with Nixon. Eek.
Hey.
1969, appointed by Nixon to a team of U.S. delegates to the 24th United Nations General Assembly. Honestly, a lot of cast members in the Bluebird. Her brother, he would also serve abroad, like serve for foreign
Oh,
affairs.
interesting.
Yeah,
Everyone was like,
very
let's get
similar.
involved.
He was an ambassador too. There's also, I think
Cool.
the actor who played her father also served in World War One. Like it's wild. Um,
Whoa, that's wild.
yeah, and in 1974 through 76, she served as an ambassador to Ghana under President Gerald Ford, becoming the first female chief of protocol for the latter half of 1976, which is pretty crazy.
It's insane.
Responsible for President Jimmy Carter's inauguration and inaugural ball. President George
Ooh.
H.W. Bush later called her back into the diplomatic scene to serve as U.S. ambassador to Czechoslovakia from 1989 to 1992.
Hmm.
So in addition to all of what she did during the Great Depression for us being a light in that time, she also was an advocate, one of the first to talk openly and educate about being a breast cancer survivor. She had a mastectomy in 1972. She had a
Mm-hmm.
press conference at her hospital to discuss the surgery,
Wow.
and she urged women to check and make sure that they didn't have any lumps. Like she was
She
on
was
the
only
like preventative.
44.
Yeah,
Wow.
she survived it. Yeah.
That's
She married
incredible.
twice. She married a man she was also in a movie with, John Agar, at age 17. They had a daughter together.
Whoa, age 7.
I think he was abusive too, from what I remember.
Oh.
In 1950, she married U.S. Navy intelligence officer Charles Alden Black, and that's who she stayed with until his death in 2005. She had 2 children with him. She
Hmm.
has, at the time of her death, she had her 3 children survived her, a granddaughter survived her, and 2 great grandchildren had survived her.
Oh, wow.
She said, at 3 years old, I was delighted to be told that I was an actress, even though I didn't know what an actress was. I've been blessed with three wonderful careers: motion pictures and television, wife, mother, and grandmother, and diplomatic services for the United States government. I have one piece of advice for those of you who want to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. This is when she was crowned with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Start early.
It's great. Great advice.
Thanks,
Okay,
Cheryl.
I'll go do
So
it.
that's just a nice broad brushstroke of just like her whole entire life, which is wonderful. I'm gonna go to her memoir, Child Star. Well, it's actually, I guess it's labeled an autobiography. I like how she starts it. She's like, my memory is my memory. Like she does like a whole like
She's like, guess
memories are,
what? This might
yeah,
not
yeah.
be right.
Yeah, she does like, I want to acknowledge human memory comes in many varieties. Some are disorderly or fuzzy, some selective or short. Mine is long, she says. That's where she starts. She
Hmm.
does have a photographic memory. So I do think she is like,
That's wild. That
I
comes in
know.
handy.
It comes in handy for writing an autobiography. Okay, so after she had filmed Heidi, this is like nearing this tween era of her career. Fox is like a little dissatisfied with her. She's underperforming from being number one. Like but not like
They're
by
like, how
much.
dare you be number two, number three?
And they're trying to figure out what to do. And this is like a whole thing. I think during Heidi, she starts to hear about Wizard of Oz. Okay. Yeah, this is the whole like deal. So this is like the deal that she perpetuated in this book that we're not quite sure ever happened. I believe there's a John
Yeah.
Fricke article with Woman World where he really talks about how the years just don't match. Like, so this really couldn't have happened. Like the whole Jean Harlow deal, the
Interesting.
trade. Jean Harlow
Hmm.
died before Oz was even like a thing. So it's like, wait, this probably didn't happen. So this is like one of people source her book a lot for this information, so this might not be correct.
Sure.
So it says Libby Mayer of MGM had begun dickering with Zanuck to get me for the lead role in MGM's Wizard of Oz, but so far Zanuck was turning a deaf ear. As had been the case with Wee Willie Winky during the making of Heidi, I had a director who was skeptical, if not annoyed, at the prospect of working with me. As Heidi progressed, however, Dwan's initial attitude of resignation warmed perceptibly. She had a lot of that, like a lot of like old like men who would be like, "I don't want to work with this kid," and she warmed them up always, and they all
She's
loved
like,
her at
guess
the
what?
end.
I'm amazing.
And she no, but she really is. Jack Haley talks about
Yeah.
her fondly, like the biggest grump
Even
of
the grump,
yeah, the
the
grumpiest. He loved her.
Grinch.
Yeah. So Dwan's initial skepticism, however, overlooked the facts. Screen rights to The Wizard of Oz had been acquired by MGM from heirs of author L. Frank Baum. Having just lost his key juvenile singer Deanna Durbin to Universal
Deanna!
Studios, Mayer was without a star for the role of 14-year-old Dorothy and had asked Zanuck for me. Always a traitor, Zanuck countered by offering to buy the story, intending to star me under his banner. Equally canny, Mayer declined, then dangled his own deal. If Zanuck would loan me, Mayer would loan Jean Harlow and Clark Gable to Zanuck. As a footnote to this exchange, I would then be loaned again to MGM to star with Gable in a subsequent film. Generally aware of the rumors rocketing around, Mother thought Mayer's idea a good one for me, particularly the last part. Again, this was like rumors. Gable and I would have been a flashy twosome. Fortune magazine's first scientific opinion poll had just declared me the national favorite movie star of all American women. With male respondents, only Clark Gable was more popular. So they were like, this is going to be a
Wild.
huge hit if they make this Clark Gable, Shirley Temple film.
Hmm.
Asked about the prospect, Gable had reservations. Sure, we have dimples in common, but she has three strikes on me from the start. I'm big and she's little. I'm dark and she's blonde. And men still prefer little blondes. Weird. Then there's the great ear problem. Hers are hidden, mine are naked, free to the wind. They should be hidden too. What? God, beyond bizarre.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Death killed the possibility of a deal. When Harlow was struck down while filming Saratoga on June 7th, 1937, her disappearance removed a key element of the proposed swap. Faced with Durbin's defection, my inaccessibility, and Harlow's demise, nothing was left for Mayer but to go with his already rejected option of Judy Garland. Sometimes the gods knows best, is what she wrote there. So that's like the first mentioning of Oz, and that is again, many people don't think what she just said there is true, is at all what happened.
Interesting.
Okay, so this is like her coming off of this, like her first ever like real vacation to Hawaii. She's gonna go into the Bluebird.
Woo!
Yeah, one afternoon they just got back and a bicycle messenger pedaled up to our gate bearing a cryptic overseas cable. Oh no, this is when she was in Hawaii. My next film would be the Bluebird and I should come home. So they're like, come on, back from vacation, you're done.
Okay.
So she goes back On the first day of September 1939, the final shooting script for The Bluebird was delivered to my studio bungalow. Almost at the instant of radio news, the Nazi panzer divisions were slashing eastward into Poland. So this is also huge to point out. World War II is really at
It's
the
gone.
forefront.
Hmm.
Hapless victim for a division between Stalin and Hitler under the Non-Aggression Pact. Her tutor, who she nicknamed Clammy, she commented, "So much for the bluebird of happiness. Let's hope Poland is no omen for us." So she talks about the rebirth of Maeterlinck's classic into an acceptable screenplay had already been arduous. Before arriving at Fox, the original had endured compression, expansion, and reshaping as ballet, pantomime, psychological drama, musical comedy, and monologue. The stage play consisted of 133 principal characters, spread out over
That's
six
wild.
turgid acts, the longest stage show in American theater history. I was trying to look this up and I couldn't figure out if that is still the case. Chief screenwriter Ernest Pascal presided over honing the process for Fox, then added back in his own embroidery, a saucy sequence featuring Helen Erickson, she played Light, gowned in almost translucent chiffon as a new spirit of light. Despite the squeezing and massaging, our tale clung to a predominant theme. Happiness is found in the heart, not in external events. True to character, Hollywood is not easily outspent or outmanned. Our 1.5 million budget accommodated spectacular sets and an army of 300 children extras between the ages of 4 and 14. Each morning, a squad of 30 school teachers and chaperones appeared with their charges. Discipline was rigid, and misbehavior called for instant replacement. Dribbling noses or coughs meant suspension without pay. Keeping the tumultuous
Yikes.
menagerie occupied when not working on stage presented a problem and a chance for me to earn some incidental income. This is what she did. She earned an income doing this. Normally, playthings arriving in my fan mail were sent directly to a local charity. On Bluebird, I arranged for such gifts to be rented short term for the children's play on set. So she rented out her toys to keep like the kids like orderly at 10 cents per gift per day. A
Okay,
businesswoman.
10 cents per gift
Judy
per
Garland's flower
day.
shop.
That can add up.
The studio issued me a $200 payment in advance, the largest check made out in my name that I'd ever seen. So they've actually paid Shirley for this, not her parents. As always, father took it
Oh.
for safekeeping. As I was settling down to memorize the script, there's more going on in the war that was also just like complete, like at the forefront again. She talks about that. She's like, but here we are, like living a fairy tale life while the world is kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
Some thought our film was conceived as a retaliation to MGM's Wizard of Oz. Zanuck, who's the head of Fox, staunchly resisted such innuendo. Oz is a musical comedy without any drama or sentiment. He declared, "The Bluebird is strictly a dramatic fantasy. MGM made extravagant blunders and underwent financial tortures. We do not intend to copy Oz as to theme or the mistakes that were made." Shady.
We do not intend.
So shady. Although
Don't you
resolved
dare.
to avoid errors, Zanuck was not immune to contention. For the 45 days since our return from Hawaii, Mother had been nipping at his heels. For her vacation had been therapeutic. Vanished was the acquiescence posture held almost uninterruptedly since her twin meetings with Zanuck and Schneck. I think I'm saying his name right. Schenk, I think. So she had, like, this is again, their meetings before they went on vacation had not been good. Like, things are not going well for Shirley. Like, they don't know what to do with her, right? By then, no direct channel of conversation existed. She talks about like how like lawyers are now involved. Like it's just very contentious at this point. The
Hmm.
first wrangle had been over how repugnant I should be drawn in the Bluebird. Mother urged that the writers make me
Repugnant.
impish, spoiled, and naughty. At first, Zanuck had rejected the idea. Making me nasty was too risky. No audience would wish to see me obnoxious. With every
Mm.
revised script draft, Mother persisted. If the crew hisses during rehearsal, she will be in seventh heaven, she said. Whether Zanuck grew indifferent or whether she wore the writers down or won them over, phrase by phrase, my role became more shameful and despicable.
Hmm. They're like, fine, whatever you want.
Yeah, she said to movie reporters, they could have made her even meaner. She was tired of being good, getting bored. Her roles had been too monotonous, all sweetness and namby-pamby, difficult to believe, impossible to swallow. But then she said, like, I felt that. Like she's like, in some measure, her views reflected mine, but just being hateful should not be an objective, however. Like that doesn't really make sense.
Right, that's, yeah. Like, what's the point?
Okay, so I'm gonna get into this lore here. So she hated the land of unborn children, her mother.
Oh
Um,
my God. I mean, I think many people do.
it's just so bizarre. Set in a heavenly form of Art Deco benches and pillars where boys and girls dressed in Roman togas and golden sashes milled about beneath a giant tent, each awaiting birth. It was a divine waiting room where some children had tarried too long. The voice of studious boy Gene Reynolds, who is the Abraham Lincoln, for example, was turning to a baritone, and another child already sported a large vaccination scar. So they're like, wait, some of these kids are like, we're like
What?
gonna, like, some of these kids are going to war that
They're
were in the
going
film.
to war. They're too old for this.
So yeah, like actually going into World War II,
Oh
which is
my
just wild.
God. That's
So
so
here
meta.
is a horrific story, just
Tell us.
to
I think I know what you're
plug this
about to
in.
say.
Yeah, you already know. I'm pretty sure you already
It's
know this
so
one.
sad.
One of the little girls who was an onboard
No.
child, this is really sad. We definitely brought it up when we had our Bluebird brunch party
It's
too. So
so
Carol Ann
sad.
Eklund, who's not credited in the film because of what happened,
Oh my
on
God.
Halloween night after filming The Bluebird had wrapped,
Halloween night.
she was dressed up in a costume and it caught fire from a jack-o'-lantern and she died several days later from, like, I guess from the burns.
Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was only 4 years old, and she is the little girl,
So
if you do know the
sad.
film,
Oh
who
my God.
keeps trying to get born. She keeps trying to go on the ship, and she
The
just
one who's
looks,
like, oh, they're not gonna call my name, that one?
no, no lines.
Oh, okay.
She's
Oh,
a
she has
little
no
baby.
lines.
She's like 3, 4 years old in this. Like
Wait,
she's
this
so
is so
little.
sad.
And she's the one that, like, when they're like, there, go back. It's not your turn. She just smiles at him. She's so cute. Like, it's just like a little angel. I think she was supposed to be credited as like angel child, like, and then they removed it because it was like too much.
Because, yeah, that's too much.
So she was buried. Shirley Temple went to the funeral in her toga from the film,
That's crazy. That's
which is
wow. Like,
wild.
whoa. Yeah, that's wild.
She came from a show business family, like big family. Like
Uh,
everyone was just devastated. Her brothers carried her coffin. Like it's just so sad.
that is, no, it makes
And
me
her
ill.
favorite song was Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which they sang at her funeral. So weird and just really tragic. Like this and the assassination attempt on Shirley's life are two of the most
That's what I'm saying. This movie is so
insane
like the
things.
lore and the strangeness and the sad stories. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Well, like
wild.
the woman who
Ugh.
plays Mrs. Luxury.
Mm-hmm. Laura Hope Cruz.
Yes, Laura Hope Cruz. She died not long after Bluebird, and she's the first film actor from Gone with the Wind to
42.
pass away. Yeah,
Mm.
she was in
And
Gone with the
Pity Pat.
Wind. Yes, she's the first from that film to pass away after that film came out, but she's not the first of the Bluebird because of this little girl, like
That's
dying
so
like literally like
sad. That's so
within
sad.
before the film even was released. She didn't even see it released. It's so sad. And that was her first film, I believe. So yeah, that's just a whole wild side tangent of lore. Oh
Fun
yeah,
crossover with her. George Cukor, who had
not
directed her in
again.
Camille, recommended her for the role of Aunt Pity Pat in Gone with the Wind after Billy Burke declined it.
Fun. This
Cukor
is the
wanted
woman who played
Cruz to
Mrs.
play the role
Luxury.
in a Billy Burkish manner.
Can't see that. She's very different.
Yeah,
She's good. I
crazy.
like her as Mrs. Luxury. She's
Yeah,
flighty
she's
and
fun.
fabulous.
She's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Wild.
she talks about the dead grandparents being were comprehensible but not unborn children. Like this is just to
The
complicate the
grandparents is fine
situation.
because yeah, it's like that's more under, that's not tragic. I mean, it could be. It's so sad. I hate losing grandparents. But,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more of like, okay, that happened. It's
Yes.
expected, perhaps.
Yes. But this like they talk about the 6-year-old girl playing my sister due to be born only so that she could quickly die, just being like that didn't make sense.
And they never explained it.
Depressing. Yeah, like she just said it was very depressing. And like the whole thing with like the Abraham Lincoln of it all, like being like planted there, like an unborn Abraham Lincoln, an unborn
Right. And
Thomas
then
Edison
Thomas
with
Edison.
like healing medicines and like electricity, like
Yeah.
all of
And
that
I
was
was like,
just
is
like,
he inventing anesthesia? Like, what?
yeah, yes,
Did he
correct.
invent anesthesia?
I don't know if that's isn't Thomas Edison electricity?
He's electricity.
But I think
So,
they noted it incorrectly in something that I read. I was like, I think the
oh,
Thomas Edison was the electricity one.
his laboratories created the Edison etherizer, an innovative
Oh, there you go.
apparatus for administering ether, which I
Okay.
think is like maybe
Don't you love the
before.
kid who gets picked to go on the boat and he's like, "Bye, everyone. Your day is coming soon." Like,
Bye.
and he like
My
goes like, oh
turn.
my God. But like nothing, there's nothing better than like a 1930s child actor though. They all talk in such a bizarre way. It's so high
Love
end.
them.
It's so good.
Love them.
Yeah, she talks about her mom being critical of Johnny Russell, who played her brother. Although only
Hilarious.
6 years old, he was an extroverted kid with a gift of mimicry. But she
Okay.
loved him. She called him Shorty, and he would like do all these imitations, but it
Shorty,
annoyed
that's
her
cute.
mother because he was like upstaging her. She thought, um,
That's hilarious.
but she kept bringing in also like this had to be annoying for Fox. I can't even imagine. Like her lawyers kept coming in to be like, don't do that, do this, and that had to be so annoying for
I'm
Fox.
sure working with Shirley is like yeah, it's a whole thing.
I mean, not to get too into it, but for like an Oz link, she would go to
Yeah.
MGM right after this, and the hope was that she would be in Mickey and Judy films as like a kid sister
I
and
would
part of the
love
gang.
that.
It never happened because of
Never came
Gertrude.
to
She
fruition.
wanted Shirley to be leading lady, and that's just not what
She
she
didn't
was
want to.
aging
Was
into.
she
She was
jealous of Judy too? Like, didn't want her
no,
to
I don't think it
compete?
was that. I think it just was like she's a leading lady, we're not going backwards type of a thing.
Got it.
But like Shirley was aging into kid sister, and that's exactly what she
Right.
should have been doing. But her mom blocked all those opportunities from developing. She was supposed to be in an Andy Hardy
Mm,
movie. It never happened. She basically only did one musical, Kathleen, that was a huge bomb with MGM. And then
mm,
there's the whole Arthur Freed of it, which we won't get too into. But Shirley accuses Arthur Freed of exposing himself indecently to her. And also, Louis B.
right,
Mayer
right.
hits on the mother inappropriately. I find
Yeah.
this to be a little insane. I'm like, okay, these two men have wait, what? Like it's also just like why would they do like Shirley Temple is money being handed to you? Like why? I'm just so
Yeah, why
confused.
would you do that to
Why
her?
would you do that? Like not that I'm saying like I can more believe it
Hmm.
fully if it's like an unknown person coming in like them using a power thing. These are
Right. But
two of Hollywood's
she's
biggest people. Like it's just crazy to me, but also maybe that was them putting them in their place. Like I'm
yeah,
so
maybe it
confused.
was like a power move. I have heard that story of like she giggles. She like giggles. Yeah.
Yeah. And he embarrassed him so much they threw her out of the office.
Yeah.
And but here's the thing that I'm like a little
Ugh.
skeptical about. They taunted this story as like the reason they left MGM, but there
Hmm.
also is this other part of it that like Shirley wasn't getting the roles that they wanted her to get. That's more why they left MGM. I'm just not
Right,
listen, I
right.
believe women always.
Yes,
This
of
just feels
course.
really funny and it came out way later. I don't know. It's just like
Is it in her book at
it's in her
all?
memoir.
Okay.
It's in this
Okay. Okay.
autobiography. It's fully depicted in here. Um,
Okay.
yeah, just for time's sake, I
That's a
won't get
big
too
deal.
deep into that. But yeah, Arthur Freed is the reason Wizard of Oz even exists, you know? Actually, we did not mention this. The special effects got an Academy Award nomination,
I was
which
gonna say this is an Academy Award nominated film.
it is indeed, which is
It
kind of
is
wild. And
indeed.
cinematography as well has a nomination. Best visual
Okay.
effects and best cinematography. The
Yeah.
fire scene, which really frightened young Johnny Russell, the boy playing t a Telltale,
Oh,
um, she had to lead him by hand through all of that. Like he was actually like really,
it
really
was kind of
shook.
scary.
It's really well done. I
It
think
is well
it's
done,
it is kind of a reason to see this film that these like effects were
especially
happening.
for the time.
There's also a tornado,
There's a tornado.
which also feels like
Ah!
Oz,
Oh
even though
my
it's
God,
happening
it's
within the
so
fantasy.
good.
Yes. Okay. Gertrude was really bummed that like Shirley didn't get like a Wizard of Oz type of a movie at this point in her
I'm
career.
sure. Yeah.
Zanuck was like just arguing that this is a bigger deal, Bluebird, than Dorothy would be or Wizard of Oz would be. Shirley is the star of this picture.
Okay.
From reading the script at the end, no one would guess such is the case, and went on to make invidious comparisons to MGM's Oz. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Shirley has 30% more to do and say than any other person in the picture, and for comparison, certainly more than Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. We are at a loss to comprehend what you mean when she would go to them with her complaints. The other characters are more or less puppets to illustrate her viewpoint. The real star of any story is the story itself. It costs us $100,000 to purchase it from Meterlink and Paramount, and the author has been consulted. His first objection was that we had eliminated too many characters, like bread, water, fire, and colds in the head, but we convinced him that the action of those characters were concentrated in scenes that did not include Shirley. She is the star. Her role demands she be the leader. I cannot accept your reasoning. So anytime she came at them, they would be like, girl, shush. Shirley is the star. It is like
Mm-hmm.
it feels like such a headache of a process, the back and forth of it all.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sure the negotiations are wild.
yeah, yes. By the time we neared completion, a growing concern had arisen. The thematic complexities of our storyline might be beyond the average moviegoer. Recognizing this potential weakness, marketing officials decided that favorable momentum was critical from the outset and borrowed the roadshow merchandising concept used with Gone with the Wind. By concentrating heavy promotion and interpretive advertising in only a few markets, so went the theory, our film could be made more intelligible than if entrusted to scattered, variable promotional campaigns launched by theatrical chains. The bluebird must be merchandise like a jewel, not scattered like a seed. They also did a deal like Wizard of Oz with Ideal Doll Company. They had dolls of Shirley Temple just like they had dolls of Dorothy Gale. They had
Mm-hmm.
for the bluebird, which was great. On November 8th, 1939, the Bluebird was withdrawn from its prior scheduled Christmas release and replaced by another film. It was held back for twice daily performances in only three markets, San Francisco, Detroit, and New York. It was supported by a broadside of supporting advertisements in full color spreads in magazines, billboards, and newspapers. The poster is really beautiful for this. It actually is the boat of the unborn children. It's really gorgeous.
Mm.
Placards and displays were propped and pasted and tacked up in storefronts. They really just were trying to like publicize. Book publishers reprinted special editions of Maeterlinck's original story with our film photograph. So there's a Bluebird out there that has like the film version of it, which is really cool. Wizard of Oz has that as well. Faithful to her aversion, Mother removed me from duties on promotional tours, but to hype the film, a flock of studio personalities did wing off for personal appearances around the nation. Among them Henry Fonda, Alice Faye, Linda, so other actors from their studio. They were all in all their press interviews, like other actors in the studio saying that they hope someday that they would find a bluebird. Like that was just becoming like something entangled into the
A
Fox studio
thing.
actors.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Russell was sent out a lot to be the face of the film. The professional press begun to draw on complementary contrasts between The Wizard of Oz and The Bluebird, suggesting our film was an attempt to ride piggyback on the earlier MGM success. Antipathy between Zanuck and Mayer over my aborted loan out for the Oz film seemed to be the taproot of the problem. Also, had not Zanuck lifted the idea from Eddie Collins' dog and the Bluebird directly from Bert Lahr's Lion and Oz, which that is a complete like the Tylo character is Bert Lahr. It is very much a nod to that kind of a
Yes, for
performance.
sure, for sure.
A more considered view pointed up crucial differences. Oz appealed to both young and old, while Bluebird was principally for children. Oz was a glorious, lighthearted musical based on reality, while Bluebird drifted off into obscure fantasy. Dorothy of Oz was a naive Kansas girl knocked unconscious by a tornado, but her dream remained linked with the dust bowl realities of home and a noble wish to help others. Our Bluebird went flopping off in a different direction. Like Oz, its takeoff point was reality followed by a dream. However, there we got stuck, wallowing midway between vaudeville and a ponderous, barely intelligible spirituality. I agree. This is where it like very much is like very
Yes.
confusing, but it is visually very stimulating, which is why I think people are like kind of
It
obsessed
is
with it.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Another major contrast was between selfless Dorothy and hateful me. My goody goody image was in tatters, just as Mother had intended, with my full agreement. Gone was goodness, enter evil. The character appealed to me, a peevish, greedy, spiteful brat, the sort anyone would like to put over a knee and wall up. Arrogant with my parents, selfish about life, and covetous of the bluebird, I remained nasty until far too late in the film for successful redemption. I don't know about that, but it just doesn't feel truthful. It just feels like a trope.
No, it feels like a trope because it's not like consistent. She's not like Veruca Salt, you know? She
Yes.
has her bratty moment, but you can just like Amy, it's like, no, you have a heart of gold. Like you're a good kid.
Yes. So the only thing she did to like promote this film was when she almost had her life taken from her was with the Screen Guild Theater on
Oh
Christmas
my
Eve,
God.
a radio broadcast benefit. She did a Silent Night duet with Nelson Eddy. They did a half-hour dramatic excerpt from the film. She said an untimely sore throat worried me a little, but I knew Eddie could carry me if my voice weakened. You can kind of hear she's a little bit under on the recording too. My upstairs theater dressing room faced directly onto a parking lot. She saw that there was a woman like staring at her before it. So they had alerted the FBI, they had
Oh my
alerted
God.
the bodyguards that there was something fishy going on. There was like a woman who was watching her. She had a large handbag. She was peering in each window, searching. When she saw me, her face lit up with recognition. The mother, yeah, they were like, there was all already had been like kidnapping attempts and like, things had already had happened that they were on high alert. And thank God they were,
Yeah,
because this woman tried to kill her as she was singing.
that's so
Um,
scary.
apparently it's on the radio. Like you could hear her like warble a little bit, like when she sees
What?
someone.
Like it
Yeah,
happening?
yeah.
Oh my God,
The orchestra
what?
played on, so I kept singing "Someday You'll Find Your Bluebird."
And she's a child doing all
Slowly, the woman
this.
rose, like one transfixed, raising her gun until it pointed directly at me. Now the two
My
men had spotted
God.
the woman, and both came crowding and stumbling past the extended legs of seated patrons. Moments like these would seem totally unreal were it not for a
Oof.
desire to vaporize into thin air. The stage wings were too far away. I might have elected to become a moving target, dancing quickly, first right, then left. This is like her saying, like, she literally just like saying she did not know what to do. The women never pulled the trigger, and they just kept
My
going.
God. My God.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine what the papers
the
said about this.
Wikipedia says like she stopped for just long enough for them to be like, get her,
Yeah,
the woman.
yeah,
My God.
yeah,
I'm sure her mother was like freaking out.
of course. And that's like the only promotion she really did for this.
Scary.
On January 15th, 1940, the bird that played the title role at $50 per day was reported missing from its cage at the Los Angeles Bird Farm.
No!
That's crazy. So that bird flew the coop.
Blew the
Um,
coop.
flew the coop,
Just
but
like at
the
the end of the film.
the big overarching theme of all the reviews was that the bluebird laid an egg, that it was just so bad. Like some reviews liked it, but most were like,
I was
it's
like,
not
huh?
good.
It laid an egg.
It laid an egg.
Oh my
A
God.
big old flop. But that's pretty much the
Yeah.
recounting of this from Shirley Temple's book. And just to quickly walk
Hmm.
through our other Oz linkages here with Shirley Temple. This is wild. So I'm like looking through the cast of the Bluebird, and I see Sterling Holloway
Sterling Holloway.
listed as Wild Plum Tree. I was like, wait, like Sterling Holloway of Disney animation fame
Correct.
randomly in the Bluebird, and Sterling Holloway
Mm-hmm.
as Jack Pumpkinhead in the Land of Oz
Mm-hmm.
broadcast
That's
that Shirley Temple
insane.
would do later in her life with her fairy tale theater when she's Princess Ozma and Tip,
I
with
love
Agnes Moorehead from Bewitched
Sterling.
as Mombi. I was like, what? We have a whole episode that we did on a neighboring podcast
Yes.
that we will definitely put in our show notes if you'd like to listen to The Land of Oz from
Sterling is
1960.
Winnie the Pooh. I love
But
him
that's
so much.
huge Shirley lore that she's like the first televised Princess Ozma. It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. Like first
I
live
love
action
that.
Princess Ozma. It's pretty cool that she has that in here.
Love that one.
So just to like make sure this is known, there was like all this threat of suspending Shirley throughout the film too, because of all like the back and forth between the lawyers and Zanuck and just like how high the tension was and all of that. It's just
Hmm.
so exhausting for everybody. Just that was happening during all of this. Just to put that out there. Disney notoriously wanted the Bluebird. They wanted to make this an animated film. They
Really?
wanted Wizard of Oz. I thought that was interesting that they wanted.
Yeah, that's an interesting crossover.
Yeah, Shirley has acted with several actors from the Land of Oz, which of course, and like I've talked about this in many other episodes just off the charts. Jack Haley is one of my favorites from this time period, not just from The Tin Man, but because of his work with Shirley Temple. He's
Yeah.
so good in Poor Little Rich Girl. Oh my God, I just love him so much. And his tapping is so exquisite. There's a moment, how he meets Shirley Temple in that movie is he's kind of like showing off to his dance partner, his radio act partner, his new moves, and then he hears an echo of his moves down below him, and it's Shirley doing the moves below him.
Yeah.
He does it back, and she calls and responds him. It's so endearing. And
Oh.
he talks about her quite favorably, and she talks about him hilariously. Okay, so this is her recount of working with Jack Haley. Our job as a trio was to match our tap noises. This is her, Alice
Mm-hmm.
Faye, and Jack Haley, and this is one of the best numbers ever. It's called I Love a Military Man." I love it so much, and you have Alice Faye go, "I love a military man." Shirley Temple
Mm-hmm.
go,
That's
"I love
cute.
a military man." Jack Haley go, "I
Ah.
love a military nurse."
Oh.
It's so cute. Dancing together, it took only one false tap from any of us to ruin the take. Dance director Jack Haskell was a taskmaster for flawless movement and precise timing. As we paused to pinpoint some little problem, I stared away, meditatively working my tongue against a precariously loose tooth. Noticing my averted gaze, Haskell
Mm.
brusquely ordered I look at him when he was speaking, which is like the intense energy of Hollywood at the time. Haley, in particular, had trouble getting in sync with
Yes.
his filmed image and seemed annoyed at me because my taps kept matching perfectly. He obviously knew the mechanics cold, but without music and only projected image to guide him, his timing remained way off. Even Faye grimaced occasionally while frustration and fatigue gradually began to erode our basic sense of camaraderie. At the time, director Irving Cummings had been observing how each of us was reacting under stress. The recording session dragged on, and by late afternoon, my legally permitted workday was soon ending with the dance still not in order. Frustrated at herself, Mother made a cutting observation comparing Haley's precision and endurance to mine. It was Tinder to a powder keg.
Wow.
Instantly, he shot
That's so
back that
Jack
I was the
Haley. He's
problem,
got to
not
be
him.
a little grump.
Jack Haley. He did love her though. Like he talked nothing but fondly of her after. Jumping into the breach, Haskell ordered another break. We're not going to finish. The law says Shirley can't work at night, so let's get her taps recorded alone now. Sound technicians would then have to match our taps together on one master record. Like anyone else, I eventually get tired, but seldom in the legs. Haley and Faye stood aside. I wiggled at my tooth and smiled to set my mood. She's literally losing a tooth as she's doing this. Drawing a deep breath, I began. Each nerve tap came across crisp and sharp and synchronized on the first
Oh
try, but I
no.
couldn't smile during the last few stanzas. The loose tooth had finally detached, arriving on my tongue like a cough drop.
Relieving.
Time to go, said Mother, grabbing my hand and marching past Haley with a long stride. I recognized, I just triumphant. But Jack Haley would say they
Jack.
dubbed in Shirley's taps but didn't tell Mrs. Temple. They shot it with her, then they had Alice and me come back and later to do it again. I was like, we're literally fighting with the child, but I love it.
Jack, get it together. Like,
But
come on.
he really did love her. And then Bert Lahr was in just around
Oh
the
my
corner,
God.
and he sings
Mm-hmm.
hilariously with her. And this is a happy little ditty. It's excellent. Frank Morgan
Mm.
was in Dimples with her. That's probably
Yes.
the
I've seen
worst
those
one to
clips.
revisit. That's one of the worst ones. There's a lot of
Right.
blackface in that one.
Not
Um,
great. Not good at all.
I didn't grow up on that one. I don't really know that one well at all. I think I saw it maybe once and I thought it was bizarre when I
You're
even
like,
was a kid.
this
I was
is
like, what is
weird.
happening? Yeah, Uncle Tom's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cabin is a big part of that. And then Betty Upson, the Codfish Ball is one of her most iconic dance numbers with Buddy
She's done it
Ebsen, the original Tin
all with
Man.
all of them. It's
And we could have
crazy.
gotten a Judy and Shirley
I
movie,
know.
maybe. They
With
would have been
Mickey.
adorable. They would have been adorable.
I would have cried. Like, I feel
Sisters,
like the movie theater screen would not be able to take all of that in.
can you imagine
Sisters,
that? Can you imagine that?
sisters.
Let me see. I think I'm pretty much
So
there. If we could
good.
get it all. Let me see.
There were never such motor sisters.
Also, just to note in her memoir, Temple Black herself claimed that when her mother suggested that she could play Dorothy in the movies, Shirley replied that she wanted to meet Dorothy. So absorbed with the Oz stories was she. She
Oh,
was a lifelong fan of L. Frank Baum's
that's
Oz book
cute.
series. As a child, she frequently cited the books as her favorites, and they were visibly placed on her bedroom bookshelves. You could find photos
I
of
remember
this.
this.
Where
Yeah.
are those books now? Would love to
I
know.
know. Where'd they go?
We'll also link this article from HuffPost, The Truth About Shirley Temple's Wizard of Oz, which is really, I think this one is pretty accurate of like what was happening in the casting process. Shirley was under
Hmm.
contract to 20th Century Fox, and its studio chief, Daryl F. Zanuck, was vigilant in scouting suitable story properties that could be developed for his most valuable player. Zanuck was aware of The Wizard of Oz as an ideal vehicle for Shirley as early as 1935 when rumors about Temple playing Dorothy began cropping up. One such notice informed readers that Shirley would star in a series of Oz movies, not as wild as it sounds when one considers that Zanuck bought up the Muriel Dennison Susanna books because they wanted to make more Susanna movies than the one that they did. Buzz about Shirley and the Wizard of Oz persisted into 1937. It was noted in 1938 at her birthday that missing out on Dorothy, like in the press, was the greatest disappointment of her brief and eminently griefless career.
Hmm.
And her mother remained
Okay.
bitter that Zanuck deceived her, assured that she was supposed to get those film rights. But yeah, she would get to go to Oz eventually as Princess Ozma. And then there was almost a stop motion version of her as Dorothy with Rankin and Bass
That's
that never ever happened.
crazy.
But there's little visual proof of it in these figurines that they made. That's kind of it. There's nothing else known. That's like the most obscure thing ever that they almost made this Rankin and Bass Wee Willie Winky and Wizard of Oz starring Shirley Temple as Dorothy as opposed to Judy
I feel like
Garland.
Rankin and Bass is always there. They're like, we're also here.
Oh, so much. There's just like so much lore in this
Wow,
film
you
and like
gave
the
us the
connections.
lore, honey.
Shirley almost doing what Judy did
I
and being
know.
Dorothy. It
It's
just
very like
is.
parallel, upside down,
And this must have been such a
paths.
disappointment though to get to do like a big fantasy film and it's just not received the way anyone
Right.
intended. That has to be hard.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oy. It's a wild film. I also was on the Wikipedia for Sybil Jason, who plays
Her
Angela.
rival.
Yeah, it literally says an American child actress who was presented as a rival to Shirley Temple.
She never got that
And
kind of
she
film career
wasn't.
though.
It's
She was
like
supposed to be
Warner Brothers wanted her to
Warner
be her
Brothers version.
rival, but
She played
she
her
was in Little
friend.
Princess and she was in Bluebird, and they were
She's
actually lifelong
so
friends in real
she's
life.
so good in Little Princess.
I
She
just thought it was funny.
is the
The
scullery
Wikipedia.
maid.
I'm a scullery maid. You know, we love, what's our one from Gregory
Yeah,
Maguire?
Scully, right? Isn't it like Scully?
Scully? Scullery? Scully?
Yeah, it's something like that. The one we love in the Gregory Maguire
I
books.
forget her
I
name.
always
Yeah.
think of this actress, Sybil Jason, because she's so
Sybil.
adorable in Little Princess.
I just thought it was funny, her Wikipedia.
Also, just to note this, because this is wild lore, um, the Granny and Grandpa actors did pass like
Mm-hmm.
pretty short, like shortly after this film. Um,
Sure.
the grandpa, that actor, Al Sheen, was the uncle of the Marx Brothers.
What?
And the granny, Cecilia Loftus, who had like a wild career, like all these people had such wild careers from like the
Yeah.
transition from vaudeville to film, like, just like all over the place. Especially that they were
Mm-hmm.
older actors of this time. She is one of the actors who got a grave plot because of the Actors Fund. If you don't know, the
Oh,
Entertainment Community
wow.
Fund, formerly known as the Actors Fund, exists because actors were not given proper burials back in the day because it was like
That's
a
horrible.
frowned down upon career path and like often actors died penniless and did not have the money to be buried
Enough money
properly
to
and
be
that's why this
buried.
yeah, this is why
Oh,
this fund was created and she actually has a grave plot because of the Actors Fund. This actress who
that's
was like in a
wild.
million things. Wild, isn't that weird? That's
That's
so wild.
just crazy. The
So,
maid
so
is
wild.
Scarly.
Scarly, I love it. Yes,
It sounds like
Scullery.
scullery. Scarly,
Scarly,
Scarly, scullery.
Scullery. We are going to walk through the Bluebird film through our notes that we've taken, but I thought we would
Oh.
at least share a positive review on the
Okay.
Bluebird.
It
It wasn't all
exists.
poo-pooed. Los Angeles Times critic Edwin Scarlett called the film a masterpiece.
Whoa.
Rare imagination is conjured out of the clouds once again in The Bluebird, which adheres to the spirit of fantasy created in The Wizard of Oz, but does compare, yet touches deeper wells of sentiment. So there is a fan that once existed that The Bluebird spoke more to them than The Wizard of Oz.
Really?
The movie, he asserted, was much more than merely a Shirley Temple vehicle, which I actually agree with, and he especially praised the use of color and the spectacular storm scene.
Mm-hmm.
Women will be dissolved in tears over the final episode of the Kingdom of the Future with its children who are waiting to come into the world.
Were you dissolved in
He predicted dissolved into tears.
Dissolved.
Similarly, knowing how crucial the Bluebird's success was to Shirley Temple's future, motion picture herald William R. Weaver emerged from a preview, gasping with relief. The film is a delight to the eye, the ear, and the intellect, adult or juvenile, and the manner of its making, the keen professional judgment displayed in every aspect of its composition, and in the Zanuck decision to produce it just this way, at just this time, with just this star, is something to make you, ladies and gentlemen of show business, glad.
You ladies.
But then it goes on to say, like, so many others were disappointed. It's pretentiously dull rendition of a classic.
Mm.
They don't blame Shirley, all of them. She plays with all of the grave charm and assurance which the role demanded, but she couldn't rescue the film. This is a pretty ridiculous review, but I'm going to read it. Small town independent movie exhibitors generally echoed the verdicts of big city critics. Although some expressed their appreciation for the Bluebird's splendid scenes, sorrowfully, they reported how Shirley had lost many of her fans, adults especially. From Dewey, Oklahoma, the Paramount Theater wrote, "This little fairy tale is okay for the kiddies, but the adults won't go for it in a small town."
For the kitties.
Shirley is about through.
Oh, she's been through.
She's about through.
He's about to have been through.
A beautiful fairy tale that kept the adults away in droves. Another review. It's beautiful. It was beautiful. No story and no rural patronage. They walked out on it.
Hmm.
Many came in thinking it was Shirley's last picture and went away, hoping that it was.
Oh, that is so rude.
So yeah, again, we're just reiterating how this marked the end of Shirley Temple's adolescence and her
What a way to
bright,
end.
shimmering star in Hollywood as a box office
Ah, darling.
nectar, darling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Success.
she shifted into
Well, many
your
people watched
washed
the
up,
film.
me included. It's a part of my childhood. All right, shall we walk through it?
Let's walk through this delightful, glorious film
From Fox. Okay.
from Fox.
We get like a Disney-esque opening,
There's a Disney
right?
opening. It's giving like Sleeping Beauty
Do you feel
storybook.
like this whole entire production is filmed in Fantasyland at Disneyland? Does it
Yes.
feel like that?
Yeah.
Like that Bavarian
The
storybook?
Bavarian, the colors, the like
Yeah.
blues and the pinks.
It's giving Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like prime Walt Disney era Disneyland when it opened.
When it opened,
Yeah.
50s, 60s. Yeah,
Has the storybook opening, which is probably a steal from Snow White.
exactly.
I cheered for Gail Sondergaard.
I love a movie with the credits at the beginning, as they did back in the day.
Yeah, it's really cute and
Yeah.
it's very special.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the land of Heidi when this opens.
Yes.
We are wandering a black and white king's forest. We meet
Ooh.
Meetel
Me tell.
and Telltale.
Yes. That's what it is.
We can never remember their names.
We did it.
And they are running from a forester. They're trying to trap a special bird
Yes.
in this forest that you're not allowed to do that.
And this is where I also got the Snow White vibes, because there's that moment where Snow White is in the forest and then the
Yeah.
hunter's coming for her.
Yes.
Like it feels very
Scary
similar.
huntsman.
Yeah, it feels similar to that.
One of my favorite first moments of this film is when they catch the bird and then they're walking through this charming little village and there's the sick child, Angela.
Angela.
And Shirley literally goes, "Oh, hello, Angela."
Aww. Oh,
hello, Angela.
It's like Angela's going through a lot.
Shirley cannot be bothered. Meetel cannot be bothered. It is Christmas. We
It
have
is
to keep
Christmas
noting that.
time, but it's not like freezing frigid.
No, they look great.
Yeah.
They look like they're in like
They look great.
summer clothes in a winter setting. It's a little confusing. They have little cloaks on,
Yeah.
but it's so charming. It feels like something out of like The Lonely Goat Herd. Like it is, you are in a storybook. It feels that very much that way.
High on a Hill was the.
And like sweet little Angela wants a bird. Like it's very interesting that birds are like, I don't know,
It is very sad that she's
the
like
Furbies of their time. What is the thing I'm trying to think of right now? What's the thing that's really popular right now?
Oh,
The Labubus.
the Labubus.
Yes, the bird.
What did we call them?
The Labubu.
We had something.
I feel like that's what this is right now. Like getting a bird is like a Tamagotchi. It is a Furby. It is
Yeah,
people meet
but it's a live creature.
yes, it's a live creature.
It's like maybe not.
She wants to do a trade for her doll Katrina.
And Shirley's like,
Her doll
me
Katrina
tell.
Link, star Broadway.
Katrina
Link.
stop it.
And like Meetel's like, I'm not giving this up. Like, this is my bird, girl. She never give it for anything, is what she pretty much says. So the trade does not go well.
And what made them? They just felt like trapping a bird. They just were
the
like
whole
out
thing,
in the woods, and they're like, you know what we should do?
I think like it is that thing. Like she's like, I want this because I don't have it. And if I have this, I'll be happy. That's kind of the whole thing.
That's the theme of the film.
The theme of the film is things don't make you happy, but we think they do, type of a thing.
Yeah.
I love the music in this film. I noted that immediately. Like the score is really lovely. Again, we talked about this earlier.
It's
like
quaint.
it's preserved too. They have gone back and preserved it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that's the first stop.
Yeah.
Angela.
Angela.
Oh, hello, Angela.
Hello. And her aunt, her mother.
Your mother's like, Angela, get away from that.
I know,
window."
she's very concerned.
Angela is very sickly from what we don't know. It's just like a very like, oh, this poor sick
The poor
child.
baby.
Yeah, the poor baby. And then they're walking home and the two of them very like little match girl vibes. They're like looking in at the rich kids dancing around a Christmas tree with a feast. And oh my God, I also love they're like watching the fiddlers and they're like, those fiddlers don't look happy. They might be underpaid type of energy. I was like, oh my God, like they like zoom in on the help at the party.
Right. And that's another theme.
And
Who's happy? Who has happiness?
is it rich kids?
Is it rich? Does it have to do with money?
Yes, Shirley in the beginning is associating wealth
Happiness
with happiness
with
completely.
money.
And then they get offered a cake from a man at the door. And he's like, oh, like, let me be charitable. Let me give
They're
cake.
also so young to be just like walking around by themselves, in my opinion, but this was a different
This is a different time.
This is a different time.
They're breadwinners. They, I love what she says when they get offered cake though. She's like, we may not be, we are not rich, but we certainly aren't beggars. It's like that kind
Yes.
of a statement that she says.
Yes.
So we get like a sense of this entitlement that Shirley has, but also like she doesn't like being labeled as poor. She won't take a handout.
Right.
So this is what we're getting introduced to, and the brothers just kind of along for the ride. Help out.
Yeah.
And then we get back to their sweet little
Their little
cottage. It's so sweet.
With a kitty cat.
The village clock is slow. That's what Shirley says because they're a little bit late. And they're like, did you hear that, Mommy? The village clock is slow. They're like, clearly they understand that Shirley's lying.
Yes, they're late.
Their little prayer before their supper. We get introduced to Tylo and Tylette, the dog and the cat.
And the cat.
Who will be important coming on up. They kind of, the parents kind of frown. They're very sweet. The parents are very sweet. They kind of frown upon the trapping of birds in the woods. They don't love that this is like what she's been up
Not
to.
hunters.
It's like your kid being on like social media now. It's like,
you're like, oh,
but I don't know if you should be on that. Like, I don't know if you should be doing that.
And your friend asked you to share and you didn't.
And you didn't.
You didn't share that bird.
It's your fault. You're selfish. Is what comes out of the mom's mouth. And there's this whole like,
Yeah, the intense music.
It's like this whole little moment
Violence
of unraveling of Shirley being like, why don't we have money? And she's just like,
this is her like breakdown.
yeah, this is the
Amy
you know what
Martin.
it is? Home Alone.
Yes, it is.
It's totally Home Alone.
Have you heard that we like Home Alone on this?
It's totally that moment where
like,
he's like,
fine. I
yeah,
don't want to be with you anyway.
he's like, I don't want to spend Christmas with you. Like he has that whole energy. It's very much that. She's over it.
And there's tears.
And she's so like, yeah, frustrated though. It's like very sad. And then we get this weird threat of war.
This man looks like Captain Hook. Like he's got this like huge mustache.
He just got off the Jolly Roger.
And a very wide brimmed hat.
Yeah, a soldier. He's like like saying like Napoleon's coming.
It's happening right now.
Yes, we must mobilize, assemble at the village square
tomorrow.
And they're like,
Papa.
no, war, Daddy, no.
Daddy, we don't want you to leave.
It gets really dramatic.
How quickly that their lives change on a dime. So it just comes to your door and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, they kind of forget the whole little debacle was Shirley just a moment ago. That's kind of normal. That's actually honest. But then we go to the bedroom. So the father has to, on Christmas Day, leave.
That's so sad.
Through this proclamation, this like town crier going door to door, like assembling everybody. But anywho,
and the mom is sad too because she
like, oh my is an Academy Award winner.
I know.
She's an Academy Award winner.
When she's over at the like pot, whatever she's making, and she's stirring, and she starts just like there's a tear in her eye.
Because she's like, not again. She's like, he already fought in war. It's just too much. It's too much. And then we get to this bedroom scene where Shirley's kind of like, it's kind of like the Kevin McAllister. I'm sorry.
This is the same scene. She goes to the
same scene.
I'm sorry.
And I think the mom says something along the lines of, you can't be unhappy inside yourself without making others unhappy, which is so fair. There are some lines in this where I'm like, that is a read.
There's good moments.
And she kind of calls her out. She's like, you do this all the time. At night, you're like, I'm sorry. And then it just happens again the next day. But guess what? It's not going to happen again the next day because boom, Technicolor.
In Technicolor.
This Technicolor switch is so
random. It's just literally like the first
shot. Like, oh, Wizard of Oz did this thing.
So we're going to do it.
It really just goes to Tylette the cat.
Goes to Tylette.
And Tylo the dog in Technicolor. Waking up to someone.
Bang, bang, bang. Knock,
banging
knock,
on the
knock
door.
On the door.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The colors.
They sleep in the same, they share a room.
They do share a room.
Yeah. I shared a room with my brother once. Would not recommend.
I don't think it's going well for them either.
Love you, brother, but no.
But this is when we got the icon, the legend that is Barry.
I called her glamorous.
She is not glamorous, but she is a Patrick girly.
She's so fierce.
She is giving cape.
Her glasses.
She's giving angry.
She's giving
crotchety.
Like older Mrs. Frizzle.
She's got a cane that like is also like a wand that she can make things happen.
She makes lights appear.
This moment, we'll do a side-by-side on Instagram when she goes, haven't you heard of the bluebird? It's so, the Wizard of Oz It's like the bluebird.
Dun, dun.
Yeah,
It's like
it
a
has
big
the
moment.
same kind of moment. It's very much that. But we get the whole setup, this past, future, and present journey these kids must
Christmas
go on.
Carol.
Yeah, she puts them in their clothes. She
That
proofs
little
them.
smoke.
But the smoke is fierce. Like
It looks good.
there's some really cool technical
Especially
elements
for
in
the
it
time.
for the time. Yeah.
Fun.
This reminds me a little bit of like Babes in Toyland that Disney does a couple, well, not a couple years later, like 20 years later, right? Yeah, like 20 years later. Because this film was 1940.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty
How
cool.
would you feel if you woke up and this woman was at your door, like
Just telling me to go.
telling you to go on a journey, and then changes your pets into people?
Bun Bun?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you be down?
I mean, this is a lot to
Would
ask.
you be down?
I think I'd be down.
I think if we were together, we'd be
Can you
down. We'd be like,
imagine
okay,
oh my God,
let's do
like
it.
a lost relative.
I know.
Like this journey is really emotional.
There's a lot that happens.
Unborn babies.
You gotta go
Here
through
we
the
go.
smoke of a fire.
I love that the Telltale is like, can we take Daddy? He like asks that, and she's like, no.
It's like, no, he has to literally leave for war.
He gives Tylo and Tylette. She's like, you could take them. That's when she transforms them. And like, I will say this again, Tylette's awakening is stunning.
So good.
It
Her like
is-
he's up.
It is Trevor Nunn.
It's true.
It's Trevor Nunn Cats. That's all I'll say.
She should be in Cats. If she was twerking, be so fierce.
She's got her whole, like we were talking about her outfit. She's just so
the outfit.
fierce. We love her. And then we also get the lantern gets turned into a human.
Yes.
We get Light, which is the Galinda of this whole
Yes.
entire film. She's a queen. She has such gorgeous hair.
I love that she gets to join too.
Yeah, so
Like
like
inanimate object.
inanimate objects, like elements,
But they do
animals
need her.
have spirits
Yeah.
inside, and they're represented in the human form, and they're there to guide the children. And like we said before, we found out from the original, a lot of other characters were cut like milk.
Yes. Milk and
No milk.
like a cow or something.
Just too much.
Too much to mention.
So Tylette, we find out pretty early on, she wants to be free. And she tries to like gang up
She's not
with
into this.
Tylo on the side. Tylo is giving Bert Lahr energy, like we were talking about, like very
Yes.
much from that cloth. And Tylette's giving like very sneaky vixen energy.
Mhm.
And he just wants to serve
He's
his
happy to
master.
be loyal
Yeah,
to
he's like,
his-
I love the kids.
Like my dog Zeus. He
Yeah.
just waits by the door if I'm in the bathroom. He just waits there.
You think his human form would do that too?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
100.
So the first journey they go on is to the graveyard, to the land of memories, to the past.
Yes.
And they hit an obstacle pretty early on. Light cannot go in.
Mm.
So they have to go by themselves. And Tylette is already looking to sabotage this whole mission.
What?
And like Tylo is very scaredy cat energy, even though
he wants to follow the rules and he does not.
He doesn't really want to go in the graveyard either.
Yes.
He's very spooked by it.
Yeah.
I think they call him, you're a fraidy cat. And she goes, fraidy dog.
Excellent writing.
Gail Sondergaard. No, excellent. Actually, excellent writing.
Actually,
Actually, excellent.
Oscar-winning writing.
I said, this is giving like Haunted Forest. Was it
Scared
about
dog.
Don't you feel the Haunted Forest?
Yes.
The like owls big. Whoo.
Yes, we're in that realm of Oz.
Yes, we're in that realm. Yes,
And
completely.
it's also like Haunted Mansion at this moment.
Also, Tylo like falls in an open grave. It was a little traumatizing.
That's actually like a fear.
Yeah, he falls in an open grave.
It's terrifying.
Tylette gives this lore of like when the clock strikes midnight, and they can only be there for a certain amount of time too. They only have like a
Yes.
certain amount of time told by Light. They have to get back. So it has like a little bit of a Cinderella.
Cinderella return.
Yeah, return on. They have to be
midnight.
watching the clock.
Yeah.
And she's like at midnight, at the witching hour, like all the graves open up and all of the like spirits come alive.
Mm.
So there's a real scary moment because they lose Tylette. Tylo has already gone too. They're by themselves and the clock strikes 12 and they have to be back by 1, I think. It's like they have like an hour.
Okay, they get an
They
extra.
get an hour. So yes. And oh my God, little like Telltale is just like, I don't want to see any dead
Oh, it's
people.
absolutely terrifying.
He's like in her like burrowing in and she's like watching. She's kind of watching through one eye, Shirley's character.
Yeah.
And she realizes that, oh, Tylette just lied. Like nothing happens. So they keep moving forward.
Tylette cannot be trusted.
They have to get through the graveyard. And she doesn't want them to do that. She wants them to stay and hang out.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
that they are done.
yeah, they don't go through the graveyard.
Right.
So they get through the whole entire graveyard.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I wrote Telltale says, I don't want to see any dead people.
I don't. I mean,
Then they go past their grandma and grandpa's graves. sobbing. The scene is too much. So they're like in an everlasting slumber on a bench, the two of them, and they wake up because they're being
That does
thought
not
of.
look comfortable.
It does not look comfortable. Also, there's another scene where they're
cute.
sleeping, like taking a nap. It's the most uncomfortable position I've
They're
ever
just
seen.
like, this is how we sleep.
Like Tylo is like this, and they're all like on top of Tylo. I'm like, this is too much.
But outfits. He's in like a Matterhorn Ricola outfit. You know, that's what it's giving.
He's giving Ricola.
He's giving Ricola.
So
They wake up.
there's something that I noticed though. Mitel does not go to the grandfather ever. Like Telltale hugs both, and she never goes to the grandfather. I was like, does Shirley have a weird vibe with this actor? It's
Yeah, they don't even hug.
Intentional. And the way out too. I just noted that being like, that's really weird.
But
like
the
their
brother
hug
does.
exchanges, yes. So of course they're so excited to see their dead grandparents.
Yeah.
Thought you were dead, is what they said. No, dear, only when we're forgotten. Guys, here's where this movie starts messing with the brain. And they're like, we're looking for a bluebird. And they're like, bluebird? We must have a bluebird because they have a house of like a endless
love
cages.
their house.
They have all these cool cages of birds. So
Yeah.
they have like a bird farm.
Yeah,
in
they're
fact.
a bird farm. So it runs in the family, this collection of birds.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's it.
like,
Like
this
Shirley
whole
picked this
family
up from her
did.
grandmother. Who knows? But there's not a single bluebird. Like Shirley goes with her grandmother as Telltale goes. I'm just gonna call her Shirley and Telltale. I think that works.
I can't remember.
Telltale.
I can't remember any of it.
She goes with the grandmother to look for the bird. There is no bluebird. They see every other color of the rainbow, but not a bluebird. And then they go to find Telltale and the grandfather, and he sees like all his little like wood carving figurines, and he has some ones that are musical. And this is where the only song that Shirley sings in the film
I love this
is inserted. It's
It's
called
cute.
Lady O. The Whistling Dolls
Lady O.
stick it. They start it for us.
Mm-hmm.
It has the Lonely Goat Herd vibes that we were talking about.
I sang that in recitals as a kid.
And then they notice like also the clock, because Tylette has messed with the clock. She's like,
yes, Tylette meanwhile is like sneakily alert.
She wants them to get stuck with their dead grandparents. Horrifying. But
I'd hang out with them.
But Meetal Shirley is like, wait, something's wrong. Like
something's
the time
going on.
is not
time's not
moving
right.
And the grandma's like, I could just make you my apple tarts.
I'm staying. I'm not going.
It's such a temptation.
I'm done.
Oh, it's so. I'm like, no, it's depressing. She goes, always in such a hurry. Oh my God, it's like so heartbreaking.
Yes, they're like, but you remembered us. Stay longer.
Oh my gosh, they want them to stay, and as soon as they leave, they're like, oh, no one's
and then
thinking of us.
and
they
and
fall
you're right,
back
Shirley never hugs the grandpa.
No, it also feels like the Hansel and Gretel like witch cottage without the candy. It has that kind of vibrancy.
100%.
It is so heartbreaking, this scene, because they just want them to stay so they could be remembered.
They could be
and
remembered.
They can be alive. Why?
They seem so lonely.
It is trying to convey that message of like, people are not truly gone. They're still with you.
I think that's what I liked the most about it.
It is.
This was sweet.
Yeah, this actually, of all the things, this is the sweetest, saddest part.
You can go visit someone. I think that not everyone
wants to go to
a
Land
lot
of
of
Memory.
people would love to go, spend one more moment with someone who's no longer with us.
This tripped me up though as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, you're like, can that
I
happen?
do this?
It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
While they're on their way back, Tylo and Tylette are arguing.
Of course.
They're like they're comedic, but they're like kind of just mean to each other, so it's not really funny. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And they're hungry now. They made it out of the Land of Memories. No bluebird. That's the whole point. Find the bluebird. They didn't find the bluebird. And then this is when I think Tylette presents the Land of Luxury.
Oh, maybe we should go there.
Like, I don't think so, honey. Like, I don't
think so, honey. Land of Luxury.
Not the Land of Luxury, finding happiness.
That doesn't seem like light skin.
And she says it isn't wise to spend too much time with luxury, which this is kind of our Emerald City vibes.
Yeah, like let's go to where everyone's, hoity-toity.
It feels like Kristen Chenoweth's Queen of Versailles set. It is.
Recycled.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It actually does.
And like we get an entrance into this castle that feels very much like the entrance into the Emerald City.
Yes.
Yeah, it has that. They get announced. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Luxury have the most excellent
They're
entrance
iconic
in the film.
Mm-hmm.
They see there's this giant banister.
I love this.
They see that at the bottom of the banisters are two cushions on either side.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, what are these for? And these two queens and king and queen.
The king and the queen.
How they get introduced is the like, Mr. and Mrs. Luxury. They get on the banister, they hold it, they slide down, and they both plop onto the little cushions.
And he falls.
Yes, he kind of misses.
He's like,
and he has a bad knee. Which is like also hilarious. It's hilarious. They kind of keep that gimmick up the whole time. He's like a bad knee.
This is everyone's dream as a kid. If you have
Yes.
stairs in your home,
It's
you
a
go to
kid's
like
dream of wealth.
your friend's house and you're like, I'm gonna slide down.
Yes, it's so good. And they're like, "Do you want Bluebird to eat?" It's actually, this is kind of funny.
They're
Like,
fun.
we said pheasant, but I don't know about Bluebird.
As we said, they're the fancier Thénardier.
They're totally Madame T and Mr.
I love her outfit too, her costume with the purples.
Yeah.
So fierce.
So fierce. And Tylo, yeah, not feeling it. Like he's kind of shy. Tylette is like, oh my God,
I'm
this
here.
is perfect. We're gonna
I brought.
Yeah, she wants to stay.
This is what she wants.
So this whole thing is like if they got a rich parent substitution.
Right.
They're kind of sensing like
And
what this would be like.
We got Annie.
Yeah, so they get a carousel.
Which
that plays Lady O at full speed.
Which I love.
So there's a carousel. It's also like very confusing. How long are they here? Weeks? I don't know.
Great
It looks
question.
like they fully moved in. They have nursemaids. They have butlers.
She's changed her outfit
New
to like
outfit.
this beautiful dress.
They bent the wash and brush up.
This is that scene.
Yeah, totally.
They've moved in. They have suitcases.
Totally. Oh, and I love this blue dress that Shirley wears. It's so magical. That one too. Highlight is just lounging and living. And they put Tylo in the doghouse though. They're treating Tylo pretty poorly. Like we don't have room for him.
He's like a human now.
Like we don't have room for him.
In the doghouse.
He could go in the doghouse. Tylette though is just like living her best.
I would not want to live here.
And then there's a whole fight. Okay. Shirley is swirling around on this really fast merry-go-round that they gave her, and then outside, even like Telltale, who's not really an asshole, is being an asshole.
He's being rude. He's on the pony.
He's yelling at his like instructor with like getting him up on this pony. He's like, "I can do it." He's like yelling at him, and then Shirley sees the pony, and then she wants to get on the pony, and then they fight.
I think it's the theme of like if you're so.
There's just more
about money and getting something and capitalism.
Yes.
They're changing. Their personalities are changing.
Yes.
They're being rude to each other.
They're corrupted.
Yes. Correct.
So they're like fighting over a pony, and then they're like, just get them 2 ponies. And they're like, well, I want the new one. It just like explodes.
I want the whole one.
And I love Shirley's moment where she's like, oh, no, you don't. I'm obsessed. Like that kind of fighting is just so good.
It's cute.
Yeah. So they fight. Nothing is satisfying them is what the luxuries say too.
Yes. That's the issue.
My main question: how long have they been there?
Well, yeah, her beautiful bedroom with this like
stunning
fireplace.
It's
this
royal.
robe.
The robe,
like kidding?
I get why she wouldn't want to leave, but this is a moment. So she's crying in her bedroom at night because she fought with her brother, and that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that's
as we know. Shirley likes to forgive, wash her plate clean at night, and then she's an asshole in the morning, and she repeats.
But she needs to be able to sleep peacefully.
So she goes to find Mr. Luxury as like a papa figure in this moment. Oh my God, the bedroom chandelier too. It's good. And the pink sugar is so good. But she goes to Mr. Luxury to be like, hey, could you read me a story? And he's like, he doesn't want to read. He's like, no.
Little nightcap.
And then she like hurts his knee, and he gets so mad. He like scoots her out of there, puffing his pipe. He's like, get out of here. Tylo is like just so sad. She goes to Tylo, who's like just so sad in the doghouse, and she's like, no one is kind. She's realizing like no one's nice here.
And that's where I'm confused because poor Tylo, he's like with actual dogs.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Because they see him as a dog.
They see him as a dog.
Not as a human. Very sad. Very sad. Very wicked.
Very wicked. Very like wicked. Beauty and the Beast themes here.
And then this is when she says that line that we were like, huh. Mommy and Daddy aren't poor. They just haven't any money.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yes.
She has this realization. They're not poor in spirit. They give me so much in other ways.
There's a difference between
they read me stories.
Poor and money. Yes.
Yeah. So she makes up with Tylo. She apologizes because they just neglected him, let him be treated like an animal. And then they make an escape.
And Telltale's crying in his
they go to get Telltale. He's like,
so sad.
He's sobbing. They're like, no, like this is terrible.
So
he feels, oh my God. So this is the Wicked Witch of the West escape scene.
Yeah.
That we have here.
They're like, let's leave this horrible place.
There even is like a chandelier moment, like where the chandelier drops in in Wizard of Oz. There's a moment at the top of the staircase that resembles that with Tylette when she throws the giant vase to break. So Tylette is trying to disturb and disrupt, and she wants them to be caught.
That thing, the fact she can just push that from the top of the stairs is so dangerous.
I know, there's like a giant vase, just like boop, and it shatters everywhere.
Like blue powder.
Yeah, well, I don't know why that happened.
That's interesting.
But then like all these footmen come out, and they're all like, they're giving white hair.
George Washington.
What is the word? Like not competent. They're just like
incompetent.
Yeah, incompetent. Not competent.
Not
incompetent.
competent.
So It's a really fun
Escape.
chase scene.
Tylo goes down the stairs like they do and like goes
Sliding.
with
They
the
hide
cushion.
behind drapes, which is really fun. There's a Mary Poppins moment, pre-Mary Poppins for Tylet, where she spins. Really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's really fun effects in this.
Yeah.
Servants
That
are
is a
just
fun
like,
effect.
again, like they're running like fools. They can't really catch them.
This is ridiculous and silly.
It's so silly, but they do escape. And I think Tylet is the one to say, "Oh, they're too young to appreciate luxury." Oh no,
Oh, that's
that's
Mrs.
them.
Luxury.
That's
Yeah,
them.
they're
Okay,
there
let
at
me
the
say this again.
end.
At the end, the luxuries, when they leave, they're like, "Oh, let them go, let them go. They're too young to appreciate luxury, and we're too old to escape from it."
That's a good line.
And that's it from the luxuries.
That's
We're
a good
out.
line.
And Light is kind of like giving moon energy
Love
now.
Light.
They find her in the dark. They didn't
Gorge.
even look for the bluebird. When she asks them, they're like, "Oh,
She's like, you guys, what are we?
Ugh.
But that makes sense because you're distracted by the riches of the world.
Also, is this pre-Sleeping Beauty? Yes, right?
Yes.
There is, you know, that, oh no, never, never from Sleeping Beauty. It is identical. There is a moment of this in this film at this moment. Oh no,
Let's see what.
never, never.
1959.
It's the same cadence, which
Interesting.
that, if you know what I'm talking about, there's this Sleeping Beauty audio that has made its way into Instagram, TikTok culture of the, oh no, never, never. Like people have made reels to that.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's literally in the Bluebird. Like same kind of cadence. I'll find it.
Everything's
Maybe
here.
I'll do something. It's just wild. So I put like a little
Crazy.
weird Sleeping Beauty moment.
That's funny.
They get some rest. This is where they sleep very
Now we're
awkwardly on top
Yeah,
of
like
each other.
on top. Yeah.
But Tyler ain't sleeping. No.
He's so sneaky.
Yeah, so why are they in these positions?
Yeah,
Uncomfortable.
just like lay in the grass or something.
Father Oak! Father Oak! This is when she starts calling for the tree spirits, summoning them.
No.
The crab apple,
Oh no.
which I love. I love that. He's like,
This guy.
he's
yeah,
crotchety. But this
his
is,
beard.
when I tell you this moment has lived rent-free in my head since I watched this as a kid. They call Weeping Willow, and she's sobbing because she's Weeping Willow.
She's weeping.
And they're like, why are you so sad? She literally goes, I said it with her when I rewatched it. Things. Just things.
She's going through
Just
it,
like that.
okay? She's going through things.
Things. What?
I'm telling you, the writing is on
It's really on point.
with her fierce
just things.
blonde wig.
And so Tyler like announces like the children of the woodcutter are here to ruin you. But here's what I'm gonna say this up front. Okay, so she like gets them all rattled, like we should take them down, we should scare them, spook them away. Her plan makes sense. They're like, let's take it up a notch when she leaves. Let's kill them. But they end up destroying their forest.
Yeah, it's like, don't you live here?
I'm confused.
I think you maybe lost track of
Yeah.
the goal.
So she wants
I did
them,
not understand this.
she doesn't want them to be killed. Like she
At
very
all.
much like scare them, but they're like
Yeah.
they turn it and twist it to destroy them.
Yes.
Men has done this to us, which we talked a little bit about earlier. Now here we go. They could even call like a tornado to be summoned. So I'm like, oh, a tornado.
Here's a tornado.
It's a cyclone moment. They call it a tornado. The trees start
leaves.
dropping.
They're flying.
Also, the just disproportionate tree sizes. So confusing.
There's some that are like quite large up to the sky, and then others that are like a little bit taller than.
It's just like what? It's very wacky.
This is like basically when it reminds me of the flying monkey scene
Yeah,
because they're
chaotic.
getting attacked.
A chaotic forest attack.
Yes.
The forest has been set aflame.
Oh,
There's a lot of casualties, I think, happening in the
there's
forest.
death.
Like there has to
The
be.
trees,
Like, but they
the
caused it.
woodcutters.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't.
like where are they gonna go?
Well, I guess it's not woodcutters. I think that's their spirits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The people are the
The
spirits
spirits.
of the tree.
Yeah, but they're like, I guess, going down in flames. But then all of a sudden, like, and then you know who we do lose, sadly, at this moment is Tylet. She's like, help!
Karma, karma, bitch.
She's out. So that's it. And then they find a magic boat.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
As you do. They get in the magic boat as the flames. But I mean, I will say, again, the special effects are pretty cool, though.
It's wild. It's really funny in the context of like today's day and age because it looks crazy. But
This is
for
huge.
the
For
time,
1940, this is
a
huge.
big deal.
Yes. Yes. It's like
But
also,
yeah, those trees
oh
are
God.
huge.
They came out with not a scratch.
I know they're like, we're fine.
They're
We
good.
didn't inhale smoke.
They didn't inhale
We're
anything.
good. Don't worry.
They find out of the fire, they find light
The
again.
boat,
Yeah,
yes,
the boat
and
to
then-
light. And she says, lightning and fire are my stepbrothers. She shares that.
Oh,
They can be
they're
very wicked.
family.
Yeah, so she's related to them, but they're wicked sometimes.
Okay.
And they
Like
got involved.
like witches of the East and the South.
Yeah, it's like the compass of her world
Yeah.
is a little bit twisted too. There's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So now for the next part of the journey.
Here we are.
Brings us to where we have been sitting in the future.
We've made it.
Tyler decides to sit this one out.
He's like, I'm good.
Yeah, he's like,
You don't need-
survived a fire.
You don't need.
I'm
loyal to a point.
Yeah, he's literally like this.
I'm exhausted.
It's like on the surface.
That was traumatizing.
Too much. So now here we go. They take a staircase to the future, the land of the unborn children.
Don't you want to go?
Blue and pink Greek togas.
Join us here.
Only white children, again, as we keep noting.
There's no diversity.
And then when they see Shirley and Telltale, they're like, look, it's live, children.
So how do they know?
Which is a direct
They
quote from
just
the play.
know.
I was looking through our old and rare copy of Bluebird at Books Wonder, and I literally
it's in there?
flipped to an open page, and it was like, look, there's live children.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's in the movie.
That's fascinating.
They don't understand shoes.
No, it's just togas.
Some of them know when they're
Headbands.
gonna. Yeah, some of them know when they're gonna be born.
Right, like I have 3 years to go.
And some are like, I don't know. Like it's so wild.
Oh, wacky.
So wacky. And then like they meet their little sister. And we've already talked about this, but it is like a whole what? She'll only be there for a little bit, they
She's
find
like,
out.
I'm really sad because I'll only be there for a little while.
So how do you interpret that?
She's gonna die at an early age.
Like, are we ever gonna see her bloom into that? Like she's gonna die when she's that
maybe
child age?
she dies at that age. This is so disturbing to even talk about.
It's so disturbing. Or is she going to die in birth? She's never gonna.
It is strange.
It is
right.
so
Like,
strange.
why is she this age? Why are the children the age they are
This
in
so it
this
doesn't
land?
make sense because all of them there's like little baby ones and there's like
And then there's
teens.
like I'm 14.
Yeah, so it's like
It's like, wait, how do
some of
we-
them are cooked.
How do we? Yeah, some of them are well done. Like Thomas Edison and
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln are there, like coming up with ideas. But yeah, this little sister
Are they
is
making a
quite-
point like if you're like the littlest ones, you're probably like not that smart. You're like, but the ones who cooked are
the ones
who
well
like, are
done,
the intellectual.
Yeah, are
ones.
like, okay, now go into the.
I really don't know. No
They're
one
like a
really
full
thought about this
full-
too much.
We're thinking about it.
I guess like I think there is something like really fascinating with this of like
It's a very
historic
creative idea.
historic like mythology too. Like where do the if you want to
Right,
go off of the babies exist in this kingdom
Yeah.
where the stork goes to get them. But
I
they're
just
not
think
babies.
it's just
They're
weird that they're
actual, like,
not
children
Like, look at this photo if you're watching the video. These are teenagers. These are preteens.
in skirts.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Why aren't they little babies? I could get behind that of like, okay, here's the little baby.
A little
There's
baby
Shirley.
farm like
And then
I don't know if that would work. There'd be no scene work. That's the whole reason.
yeah, they're like
There's no scene work. Also, where are you getting these babies to film?
just 20 babies.
Millions of babies. Look, live children. Oh my god.
Sorry.
This movie. Yeah, so we get like
Oh my
there's
God.
like a science center, Liberty
Dude,
Science Center
Liberty Science
in New
I
Jersey.
was there the other
Oh my
day.
god, you were?
I passed
Do you know I
by.
modeled for them?
Stop. And we were looking at wedding venues. Not there, but it was like next door.
You could get married there because
I
there's
know.
a beautiful like hall
I saw
that
that.
overlooks and you get a beautiful view of New York City. Just
I know.
I was on a billboard there when I was a kid. Just
Okay, we'll put the
saying.
billboard in our wedding.
You could. I have it. I think my dad still has it. So we see like pain medication being invented, electricity.
Yes, the like anesthesia. thing,
Yes,
electricity.
yes.
Thomas Edison, Abe
A
Lincoln.
very, very like sullen.
Oh, he's so annoying. It's
Yeah, he's like shush. It's
like, okay, we get it.
he basically predicts his
You're
future.
12.
He's like, they won't like me for it. It's like, oh, he's
They'll
gonna be a
kill me
snake.
for it.
Yeah, it's like it's too much.
Right.
Oh, I see. Only men in science.
Yeah, where's the women?
Where are the women in science?
Where's the women in them?
Those little pink girls in togas are just
They're-
skipping. Yeah, they're just skipping, living their life. Yeah, it's like only men working.
And then we get the like Grim Reaper, but in a
Time.
good way.
He's like time.
He's time.
Yeah, Father Time.
Father Time with
Father Time.
But
He has a boat.
He's got that big old
The boat is
boat
pretty.
thing.
I like the boat. The boat is beautiful.
That was
It's long.
almost our virtual background for
Yes,
this, but
The dun dun dun.
their beautiful song with the women chorus.
It's so good. It's kind of like Fahu Forays.
Let's
Actually, same women chorus.
do a mashup.
I feel we will unknown.
That's our June song. Just kidding.
It will not be.
It will not be.
It'll just live
I
right here.
refuse. But there is a little girl who's like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever get cold.
Mom and Papa don't have time for me yet. Jesus. Like this, what this makes you think it's like, what? And also there's like so he's calling names and he's like, oh, too many salesmen.
Yes, right.
There's like
there's too
weird
many. I'm trying to be
jokes.
super funny with this.
Where are the engineers?
It's a little funny. It's a little strange.
You can't be born before your time. Oh, this is Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet are there. Oh yeah, they do the little wave that you love.
There's a little wave.
There's a little wave.
There's a little cute little wave.
And then yeah, this is my favorite. The preteen couple that were supposed to be like so distraught
When
that they're being separated.
I was obsessed with them as a child.
Of course, because as a kid you're like, wow, they are goals.
It's like they are life goals.
They are goals. They're so in love. She has blonde hair.
So take them from me.
I'd rather not be born.
I'd rather die then.
And it's Romeo and Juliet. And this woman,
and they get ripped apart because he's like, what
this child?
He's like, I'll be dead before she's even born. How does he even know that?
Like, how do they know what's about to happen?
No.
And then are you born and you forget all of that?
I don't know.
But Shirley is very touched by it. She's crying.
She's literally weeping.
But this little girl actor,
she's like that juvenile Oscar. I smell it.
She's like, haha. The
blonde hair,
the blonde chick, the way she falls on the floor. Oh, it's so iconic. It's so dramatic.
But the fact that this was a huge part of my childhood, I can't make sense of it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like how my little self, I think I just was like so moved by this. I wish Shirley saw it.
Yeah. I think if I saw it, because you probably thought they were so much older than you.
Yeah.
And like, oh wow, they are really going through it.
They're really
in love. And one day I'll have real love.
Yeah. So they're split up and his like close up on the boat haunts me. He's like sobbing on the boat. But will he remember her? Like he'll just be born and feel this?
Forget?
I think it's like that's the other thing we were talking about before. It's like, do they have memories of this land of unborn white children?
Unborn white children.
Oh my God.
And then they're singing, they're lip syncing.
Okay, I must tag her on the Instagram somehow. There's like a little girl on the boat when they have this whole
blonde one?
The blonde one who's just
she's living. She's like,
there's a blonde little girl serving the song. They're singing back.
Can we talk to someone from this film?
I think most
would they be alive? Like
I think most
1940.
Like the
a
little
child. They're like I have no memory of that.
Yeah, they're gonna be in their 90s too, but that's not a bad idea.
I'd be curious.
I'd be so curious.
I'd be very curious
if they can remember anything from this, because this was a huge day on set. We did share a little bit how Shirley like brought toys for kids to play with at Rent. I think she made money on
it. Gertrude was like, you know what? Venmo.
So they watch the boat, which is beautiful.
It is really
ascend into a sunset.
It's like a Peter Pan thing.
Yeah, it's so Peter Pan-y.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they're back.
And then they're walking home. It's like morning. And they're like
Light and Tylo.
Yeah, and they're kind of like bummed. They're like,
I mean, they didn't find the bluebird.
Our whole goal was
they didn't achieve their goal.
We didn't achieve our goal.
Maybe there isn't any bluebird.
No, and this is when they say goodbye to Light, but she's like, I'm always here. Like she gives like a whole like sweet
in every moonbeam.
In every moonbeam. Oh, it's actually kind of beautiful. I was like, live.
Nice. I like Light.
Beyond the moon.
She's fierce. Beyond the stars.
Yes. She gives like a whole moment.
Behind the moon.
Then she backs up and then she dissolves into a light burst. It's beautiful. Like
it's giving the end of Hocus Pocus.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's giving the end of Hocus Pocus.
And that's it. That's like our end of the fairy magic land.
The fairy element.
And we stay in color. Unlike Wizard of Oz. We
don't go back.
Color because something new has been learned. We are seeing in color now. The
bluebird about you.
And but here's the moment like where they wake up like Ebenezer Scrooge though. They're like, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
They're not fighting. They're just so happy.
The mom's like, of course.
Yes. Oh yeah. She's in every lamp I wrote about Light.
She's in
every lamp that's lit. That's fierce. I'm in every lamp that's lit.
Okay, that's a lot of lamps.
That's so good. So yeah, Ebenezer Scrooge moment. And
but
the mom's like, you are talking nonsense. Like, who are my kids? What? It's very Aunt Em and Uncle Henry because they're like, wait, a change has happened here. And then the big news.
The guy comes back, Mustache Man.
Mustache Man.
There was a treaty.
Little Mustache Man.
Little Mustache Man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a man with a mustache. A mustache man.
Yes, a mustache man.
So, and he says there's been a treaty signed. So, Papa gets to stay home for Christmas.
No more.
Wow, what beautiful timing.
Beautiful timing.
Beautiful timing.
And then they realize the bird they captured is blue.
Oh, and Tylo's back. Tylo's the dog.
Tylo's back. He is a puppy dog. And then He's like a bulldog, right?
He's a bulldog.
And then Tylette, they were like, they were saying like she got, what did they say? It's such an excellent way they put it. It's a way of funny.
She
way to
lost
say dead.
her life in the fire.
Burned
Trees
up.
were all burned up.
Yeah, so they say that Tylette was burned up in the fire, and they're like, what? Because they're trying to explain like this whole journey they've been on together.
Their parents are like, no.
They're like,
what's going on with
like
you?
they read something. I don't know, like, what's going on?
What's happening here?
And Tylette is there, and they
She's
make
there.
the
She's
joke
alive.
about cats having 9 lives.
Right. And Tylo chases her.
And they're like, sick him,
Sick him,
which
girl.
is kind of cute.
Sick him, boy.
And the father built a cage for the bluebird
Oh.
too. Like, in what time?
Wow. He was worried about going to war.
Worried about going to war.
He
and
put
he built a cage.
it was a catharsis into building the cage.
And
And they're like, oh my God, it's blue.
they're so happy. And they
It's
all
a very
say,
beautiful blue.
It feels like they should. They really feel like just like
they are the Von Trapps.
Yeah, Von Trapps. And then she's so happy. She has an idea. So we have the last scene is just gonna be Shirley going to
Angela.
Hello, Angela.
Hello, Angela.
And she goes to give the bluebird to Angela. Angela gets her the boo-boo. She gets her bird. She's so happy. But then like she like doesn't hold
Oh
it
my
right,
God.
and
This
pieces out because it's a wild bird, girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm so unhappy.
This was also Shirley's fault because she just took it out of the cage while they're outside.
Yeah.
Like, maybe don't do that.
Maybe do that inside.
And then she immediately just, started crying.
Completely collapses. Now, I also will say, we talked about Angela for a second. Like, they were really good friends, the two of them, because she was in other Shirley Temple movies.
Right. She was supposed to be her wife.
But she wasn't. She's just like a sweet girl that supported her in other films.
Yeah.
And this is when the bird is gone. She's so sad.
Well, she says to Angela, we'll find it again. Looks at the audience, because now we know where to look for it. Don't we? And then it ends. And we get the storybook again in the credits.
Yes, and there's a lot of people in this film.
There are a lot of people. It's a long little... The lovers is what they're
Lovers.
credited.
The lovers are what they're credited for. So, what are you taking away from your time?
Oh my God, so many life lessons.
Because, do you feel like you've changed?
For good?
For good.
This is my second time watching the film.
Yes.
At your request.
She's like, I only watched this because of you.
It's fun.
Don't you know the bluebird?
I've grown in my I think the first time I was like, this is really weird. Because this just wasn't what I watched as a kid at all. And I would have been freaked out. But maybe I would have liked certain elements.
It's so campy though, right?
Yeah. And now as an adult watching it, I'm like, I see the camp, I see the fun. I'll watch it again at your request, I'm sure.
I feel like I can go a couple years and then again. You have to forget it and then come back and you're like,
I want to watch like other Shirley films. It's inspired me to watch more Shirley films.
Which one?
I want to watch Heidi and A Little Princess. So
okay, if I were to give a Shirley Temple suggestion list for listeners, I mean the bluebird isn't there. You just have to see it because it's so
need
good.
to. If you've moved this far in the episode.
Yes, you have to watch it. Please go watch it. Please hear what we were like. Go put the visuals.
Just put it on side by side to this
side by side. Okay, I would say for a Shirley Temple like digest, Poor Little Rich Girl is my ultimate favorite. That is the one with Jack Haley that I talked about. Please go watch that. The songs are so catchy. Even like there's a whole, I think her dad owns a company of soap. It's the Buy a Bar of Berry. Like even that is catchy. Like the little jingles they have.
I like
interwoven. And it's set in the 30s. It's set like in contemporary times.
Okay.
Poor Little Rich Girl.
Yes, I would like that.
So good.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's so good. I love that movie. I need to rewatch it right now. Just Around the Corner is also excellent. That's with Brooke Lar is in that one.
Yeah. I want to watch the ones with the Oz.
I wouldn't say Dimples though with Frank Morgan. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
There's blackface in that one.
We don't need to watch that.
Bright Eyes with Good Chip Lollipop. Essential.
With the good
Baby Take a Bow.
Pop.
Hilarious. One of the best. It's also like the Bright Eyes and Baby Take a Bow are with James Dunn, and she had such good chemistry with him as her father.
Love.
And she's at like her littlest. Just Around the Corner and
She was so
Little Rich Girl like mid-career. Then for like classics, Heidi and Little Princess.
Heidi, Little Princess. That's
100%
starting with that.
And then for like a weird one, I think it was called Our Little Girl. It's like a drama where she didn't sing, and it's so good about parents who wanted to get divorced. It's one of the only ones where she has parents. She's not an orphan.
She's not an orphan.
Yes. And last but not least, Captain January with Buddy Ebsen.
Oh,
So good because she dances with
well, that's
him,
your
and that one
Shirley
makes me cry.
Digest.
That's my Shirley Digest.
Oh,
It's so good.
I love your love for her.
I love her so much. There's so many more films, but those are my favorite.
Many.
Yeah, those are my favorites. They're just so
Where does
fun.
this rank? Where does Bluebird rank?
For me?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites because I like was so fascinated with
And it does have the Oz crossover, which is fun.
But Poor Little Squirrel is my ultimate Shirley Temple movie.
Okay.
It's so magical and like makes me want to live in the 30s. Like it's just so good. I need to revisit that.
Why don't you want to live in the land of unborn white children?
Yeah, this one just it is so but like bless it. Like it's so bizarre. I don't want it to be forgotten. You know?
I don't think it will.
I mean, we'll keep
there's
being like,
now a podcast
hey,
episode about it.
Hey, like, yeah, could you revisit this? So thanks for coming
this was
down
fun.
the Bluebird rabbit hole.
We did it.
It's pretty fun.
Maybe we'll do more Shirley one day.
I love Shirley. Oh my God.
And I do wish she and Judy had like a full moment.
That's really disappointing that they didn't get to. Like, she would have been her kid sister, and that would have just been such.
They could have sang together.
Can you imagine? Adorbs. Oh. Adorbs.
Oh, she should have been in Meet Me in St. Louis. She would have stolen the show.
No, I think she would have just like been perfect.
But we love Margaret.
O'Brien. She would have been too old for that. She would have been one of the other sisters.
Okay, she'd be another sister.
Yeah, she would have been one of the others.
Had a sister.
Because she was in her teens when they
That'd be fun.
Brought her over. Yeah, it would have been great. Like if there was a Little Women with Judy Garland and Shirley Temple.
Judy as Jo. Shirley as Amy.
Yeah, I think she'd have to be Amy. It'd be so good.
We'll get two others.
I feel like June Allison, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Deanna Durbin.
God, Deanna
Throw her in there.
As Beth. Oh my God, as Beth.
We need Oh my God, as Beth. This is where AI could help us. We could do
do
a scene.
We won't though. We don't believe in that.
We don't believe in it. But
we
in our
minds, we're
or if someone wants to an artist wants to make a flip book for us.
Oh my God, incredible.
This is our Christmas wish.
Anyway,
on that note.
The bluebird means happiness.
Go find your bluebird.
Go find your bluebird.
But know that it's in your backyard as well.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yep. You don't travel.
Just
don't go anywhere. Stay at home. Live your life. Be nice to people.
Be nice. Be nice to your siblings.
Be grateful.
If you have them. Yeah.
Better be grateful.
You better be grateful.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Angela.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Angela.